entirely changed careers at like at age 27, I think I was.
Go.
Yeah.
However old I was in 2012. Wait, hold on, that's an even number. So I guess. Oh, you know what? I started it. I started the process at 27, and I actually like got my full-time military contract started in 2012.
Mm,
Started paramedic college.
that's good.
What's really crazy is I felt like I was in the military for a super long time before I did that, and now I've been in like full-time military for longer than I was in the reserve force. I'm like, oh god,
Yeah.
I'm getting so old.
But yes, we should be live. Oh, there you go. Muto
Hooray,
gear.
hello.
Yes.
All
Hope
right.
you guys
Hey.
heard me talking about being old.
Yes. We
But,
talked how
yeah.
about we hate working because it takes time away.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
it
that.
But yeah, hello. We're just kind of talking about what's been going on and stuff like that. You know, all the crazy things going on in the world. Inflation, murders. We didn't talk about that. I'm just making shit up while I'm clicking buttons.
I mean, I guess I did talk about a horror movie.
I mean, yeah, I guess that counts.
It's one that I think we will be covering at some point, though. So if Forge viewers, if you want to watch a 2016 film called The Void, there may be a Forge on that soon. I watched it last night and I thought it was really awesome.
Well,
But yeah, and I hear there's this like really underground indie game that came out that no one knows about at all. Like it's super super. Sorry,
Skong.
No, I was making a joke about Silksong.
Yeah, people call it skong.
Skunk?
Skong.
Oh, Silksong. Okay, yeah, I guess.
Probably not skong, just skong.
Skong. Oh yeah, maybe that makes some sense.
I got a chuckle when I heard that name. I was like, that's kind of fun. But yeah, Silksong is out in full force. Obviously, I only played like a couple of hours because then I was busy on the weekend. I'm gonna go back to that tomorrow. But yeah, that game broke Steam and the Nintendo Shop and various
and PlayStation Network,
other online stores because everybody wanted the game. Because who would have thought when you have a game that's actually hyped and hype for everyone, you just break everything, and then you put a $20, euro, whatever it is. Sometimes even only 10, depending on your region, because apparently they used regional pricing, is what I've heard. So they've been incredibly fair and consumer friendly, and everyone is supporting them. I think the last peak I've known of from Silksong was like 580,000 people playing it actively.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which is crazy. And that's only Steam. That's only on Steam. So
GOG hasn't crashed because probably due to like less traffic, or maybe they have really strong servers. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was waiting for it to buy it on Steam. Kind of because I just wanted it on Steam to have like the achievements and stuff like that. But then I also realized they just have it somewhere else. And someone on Mauler's Discord actually was like, hey, GOG is fine. I just bought it there. I was like, oh, well, let me check that out. And just went through immediately. So for the first time, I installed the GOG launcher to do that, which I didn't have to do, but it's just whatever. I just get rid of it in my auto start options so it's not in the background all the time. But yeah, it's being praised overall. I've even heard things where people who like crack the game and put it out was like, don't actually use the cracked version, just buy the game, support Team Cherry. It was like, holy shit, what's happening? It's like everyone
that's actually kind of crazy. They need to put a cracked version out if it's on GOG, because GOG doesn't have any DRM.
That's true. That's true.
You figure someone could just like the crackers, like I don't know, like think of one. What's the Dodie repacks? Isn't that one of them? Something like that. I don't know. But if they're just like, yeah, I just bought it on GOG. Here's a zip file of it. There you go.
Yeah.
But you should also buy this game because it's pretty reasonably priced.
Yeah. I mean, I was very surprised when I heard about the $20 price tag. I was expecting 30 or 40, and they're like, that's 20. It's like, holy shit, what? You serious? Like, yep. Also, no journos got any pre copies. Everybody got to play the game at the same time. Well, if you were able to get it earlier than the other ones because everything fucking crashed. You couldn't play it at the same time as the
Yeah.
other ones.
If you bought it on GOG or Xbox, you got to play it right
Yeah.
away. But
But
Based,
yeah,
very based Team Cherry.
absolutely crazy. Aren't they only like a super small team, like of 3 or 4 people or something? Or
yeah, I think it's 3 full-time staff,
Yeah.
and like I think they have contractors and stuff, obviously, but yeah, not a big core team. Have you guys heard the this sets a bad precedent for the industry discourse? Because
I saw the
That's
headline.
been-
I didn't bother to read that article. I was like, I'm not even gonna.
so apparently there's a
They're
few
feeding.
indie developers who have been making Metroidvanias that they were planning to launch above $20 because they felt that that was the price that they had to launch their games at,
Mhm.
and now they feel like they're not going to be able to do that with Silksong being like a precedent. And my opinion on that is the simple math one that it's like, okay, well, do you think maybe there's a chance that 3 times as many people might buy your game at $20 than they would at $40?
Mhm.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, you probably
Mhm.
want to.
Did you make more money or less money with
Also, if
that?
it's
With
one of
3
your-
$20 purchase versus 140?
I feel like if it's
You
one
get
of
more
your
for less. Like that's fair.
yeah. Also, I feel like if it's one of your like your earlier projects, like one of your first ones, you probably kind of want to lowball yourself a bit to just get your name out there and see what you can do.
Yeah.
That just seems like the
Or I mean,
reasonable thing to do.
even if it's not though, and they like say it's a smaller team but small, like 20 30 people,
Mhm.
it's like, well, we can't afford to charge this much for our game. I'm just like, well, okay, does your game justify having a team that big?
Right.
That's like, well, I mean, no, it's like it's a Metroidvania that's not as good as Silksong. It's like, okay, well, I mean, then maybe even like I still think in all situations, it's like the lower price point, you're going to get more people that actually will consider buying your game. And I think that that number is not as simple as 2 to 1 because the more times people see a game that like they're hearing about, like, because if you think that your game is at least good enough that people might talk about it and say, hey, this is a good game that you should play.
Yeah.
If people hear about a game they should play, they pull up their storefront, whatever it is, Steam, Nintendo Store, PlayStation Network, and it is like, well, I could just skip going to grab, I don't know, like a burger on the way home at work tomorrow, and instead I could buy this game.
Mhm.
But if it's $40, then it's like, okay, well, now this is something I got to think about.
Right.
You know, like I still think that like for indie games, the lower price point is always a better bet because that means more people will take a chance on your small team. And I almost think it's a similar situation with AAAs that like the more times a AAA company decides, okay, we're going to launch this game at $80, 80 USD versus 60. I think a big part of why Elden Ring was as big as it was and sold as well as it was is because after Sony started launching the $70 price point games, the biggest game of that generation like launched at the old generation price,
Mhm.
right? And I think that more people were inclined to be like, yeah, I don't know, I've never played a Dark Souls game before. I hear they're really hard, but a lot of people seem to be liking this one. Everyone's talking about it, so I'll get it. Whereas if you
Right.
push that, at least in my currency, $80 USD, it's like you're talking 105 plus tax, meaning you're into like $110. It's like, well, I mean, that's like I have to budget wise think about this for the month, as opposed to being like, yeah, you know, this is a game people are talking about. It seems like it's okay. I'll give it a shot. Like you're pushing yourself out of that impulse buy or like the oh wait, hold on, has it been? Oh wait, we don't have to wait for it being under a minute. That what the fuck price? Like what the fuck? I'll just pick it up. Why not? And I mean, I guess on a store like Steam, you've got a little bit more leeway because people can say the what the fuck thing, and then if they hate the game, as long as they didn't play it for over 2 hours, you can just refund it. But like on the other storefronts, or not GOG's actually got a really good return policy, but like PlayStation Network, once you spend that money, it's gone. Like you cannot get it back unless you're willing to like basically argue why it was bought by mistake with Sony customer service on the phone, like for a long time. It's not an easy thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I've been playing Silksong though, and I like it quite a lot. I beat Hollow Knight last week. I actually found out recently that I did not get the true ending. Apparently, there's another boss fight after the titular Hollow Knight, so there might be some things I need to do in the original to like actually get the true ending. But I did. I got to the credits of that game at the very least, and I like Silksong more. I think they actually did do like a better job on this one. And as far as things like the way the movement mechanics works, like once you start opening up some abilities, like it feels so fluid to play. And
Nice.
you've got character classes, I guess. I don't know how much I want to be like spoiling quote quote of it, but you get these things called crests, and then they will like change. Yeah, it's neat because you'll get this thing called a crest that when you apply it, your attacks work differently. They either attack faster, they hit a little harder. Even things like the way your downward attack works, like by default it's this really sort of sharp diagonal downward strike, but the one I'm using now is it's like a circular slash that goes directly underneath you, which I find is a lot better for I find it's better for navigating the kind of puzzles where you have to like hit a thing in order to jump a little bit higher.
Area. Like I always wanted to do like down, and in my brain it's like it's just going down below me. It's like nope, it's diagonal. It's like fuck.
Yeah, you gotta kind of, especially because in Hollow Knight the downward strike is just directly down. So like jumping from one to the next, it's like ooh man, I gotta remember that Hornet likes to dash diagonally downward. But yeah, no, the one I use, it doesn't have that anymore, so I can just attack straight down, and that's pretty neat. I think the bosses are really good for the most part. Like I don't think I've fought anyone yet that was annoying. Like all of their attacks are pretty well telegraphed, so that once you figure out what their preparatory animation is for it, you understand what they are going to do, and then it's just a matter of figuring out the ways to not only dodge, because you can't block, and blocking is really not a thing in this game. I mean, I guess you can parry by like striking things directly when they hit, but it's not easy to be reliable with that. So I find dodging is a much safer bet. But not just dodging, you'll want to just find a way so that you can put yourself in a spot where you don't get hit by the attack, but then you can also punish much more easily. So like while they're winding down from that attack animations, if you put yourself in the right spot, you can get like 3-4 hits in where you might have not been able to get any if you just full blown dash away. And yeah, I think it's quite good. I think it is worth $20 for sure if you like Castlevania style games.
Absolutely. Like I just started my PC playthrough of the original Hollow Knight. I will get to Silksong very soon. But yeah, I just playing out on the Switch and like other platforms. It's very fun. Like the original. I'm very much looking forward to getting to Silksong when I get to it. And yes, I know like Morph is saying, hey, what is this? Three dudes talking about Metal Gear? Are we talking Silksong? I have Hollow Knight. I have yet to play it. I really should, and then play Silksong. My back catalog is huge. Well, anyway, like whose backlog isn't huge anyway?
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, yeah, if you have Steam, you probably have a big backlog because there's a lot of impulse buys that happen during Steam sales. But I mean, the idea with that though is that if it's a game you ever decide you want to play, you got it for $3, so that's fine.
Like
Actually, I mean, Swopool said earlier, they're like, why not sell the game for $5 or $1? I was like, yeah. Like, however low you can get the price, it means more people will be willing to buy your game. And especially, I think if you're an indie developer, that is a good thing to shoot for.
I mean, you probably don't want to bankrupt yourself. Obviously, you still should probably see if you want to kind of make some money, right? I mean,
well, that's the thing. I was going to say that there's like the nexus of like money versus time, because at a certain point, if you don't think that there's going to be enough people who want to invest the time into playing your game, that's where you have to find that right sweet spot of like an attractive price point where people will buy it just if they like have the what the fuck price. And at the same time, enough people that will be willing to invest the time in your game. So there's ways that you can figure that out, but I don't think making an indie game that has a what would be the word for it, a bloated team size where you wanted to be paying a bunch of people like I don't know, like full-time salaries for like the course of 3 years or something like that,
Mm.
and then releasing it at like $50. It's like, well, okay, but like what's the most amount of copies you think you're going to sell? It's like, well, this is an amazing game. We're going to sell millions of copies. It's like, okay, then you didn't need to
Will
sell
you,
it for
though?
$50. Or, well, that's the thing. Or, well, I don't know. This is like a niche game that I think many people might not be able to like get into. So like we're kind of targeting a very specific market here. So it's probably not going to be a very big seller. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
with that in mind, you got to figure out what is the price point that all of the people who would play your game will actually buy it, and not just decide to buy a different game for either a cheaper price if it's another similar indie game, or just decide, well, for that much money, I might as well just get new big AAA whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Like in
And
the case with Death Stranding 2, it's $70. Like it's a really big AAA game. Like you really got to figure out like who aside from Kojima fans are going to buy your game and play it. You know, it's a huge game. Like me just playing it over 200 hours, it's crazy.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, Death Stranding is like, as much as the game's got really high production value, so they obviously have a lot to gain ground on as far as investment's concerned.
Yeah.
That actually is probably the kind of game that selling for cheaper might have been the better bet. But I don't know. I think that like, I mean, again, because I haven't played Death Stranding 2, mostly because I know it's not the kind of game I'm going to want to just knock out a playthrough on PS5 and then pick it up again on Steam. So I actually have it on
Yeah.
something that I'll be able to
Mhm.
access with it forever. So I'm just going to wait for the PC port on it. Probably same with Ghost of Yotai. Like there's, oh, excuse me. I'm got a bit of a burp thing going on, so I apologize if
I
that happens
burp
again.
all the time, but no one cares here.
That's
Okay,
fine.
fine.
I
Well,
did get the collector's edition for Death Stranding 2. Like if
well, I mean, there you go. Like, I mean, and if you feel that that's worth it to you, it's fine. But I guess like for me, if it was a $30 game, I might be like, yeah, whatever. I'll pick it up on PS5. I'll spend a weekend playing it, and if I do decide, okay, I'll just wait for the Steam version to do a full playthrough, then that's fine. But I'm not spending $70 to like play what I mean. I guess like I'm at the point where I can almost feel like the console versions of games are like almost like the demo. So,
yeah, very much so.
Mm.
Like, yeah, if
the
you're
early
gonna
access
sell this,
version.
if you're gonna sell a huge game for $70 and $80, then you really got to deliver. You really got to give us a legitimate good reason to want to buy it for $70 or $80. Like, I can make an exception for a full price purchase, but when it comes to something like Silksong at $20, yeah, I do think that is the right price point for something that is going to sell very well. And a lot of these AAA studios are seething over it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that it's less AAA studios that I've been hearing talk about it, and more indies, like indie developers that just feel like, well, I mean, now they fucked us because now we can't launch at the price that we wanted to launch at. It's like, okay, well, I mean, as much as like the gaming industry is all about talking about like market conditions and things like that, it's like, well,
Yeah.
Silksong is the kind of game that an indie team can put out for $20. And the big counter I hear that it's like, yeah, well, it's only 3 people. It's like, okay, how many people do you need to make your game then? Like, I mean, if these 3 people did this on their own, what kind of game are you trying to make, and how big does your team actually need to be?
Yeah.
And I think that not just
Well, it's also
indie developers need to be thinking about that. That is something that AAA needs to start thinking about. It's like, well, if Expedition 33 can make their game with 30 developers and contracting out the rest of it, maybe that is a model that more AAA developer, even though like I guess God, I'm forgetting the name of the Expedition 33 devs. Anyways, if that
Sandfall.
team, sorry,
Sandfall Interactive.
Sandfall, yeah. If Sandfall can do this, why don't we start funding more projects in the vein of Sandfall, where we get a team of 30 people to be like the core developers. They do their pre-production, they figure out their game concept, they work up a build of something that, you know, like a target of what they're kind of going for without the pretty graphics, you know, like just the gameplay. And if that seems like it's promising, then we'll say, okay, we'll give you this money to contract out whoever you need from either within the company or outside contractors. And then we'll figure that out. But I think the big problem is like we've got these games being made by 500 developers. They're split across 4 continents, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, do you
Yeah.
need all that? Does that need to be the way that you go about this? Like, I don't know. I think it's budget size, team size, appropriate price. Those are the things that they need to be concerned about more than, well, we need to have the best graphics ever. We need to be able to see the pores on the face. I'm like, well, do you? Like,
Yeah.
Nope, not really.
like looks kind of nice in cinematics, I guess, but I mean, is it really going to add that much to your game? Like, is anyone going to? Did anyone buy Metal Gear Solid Delta because the pores on like Eva's boobs looked just that awesome? It's like you might be like, well, I mean, that's a selling point. It's like maybe, but is that selling your game? Is that the thing people are going to this game for?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, it's also these days we have all the platforms to go on to. Obviously, Game Pass is a big thing. If you can get like a deal with them, however that works, I don't fucking know. Some people just can play your game without having to pay anything extra, for example. And I mean, if you're about to release a game and you see Silksong and try to compare to your price to that one, it's like, okay, how quickly or how slowly have you made your game? Are you also only 3 people? Did your game take 7 years to make, or did you do it in 2 with 30 people, for example?
Yeah.
So you probably still need to get the price out that you decided to do, because there's probably all kinds of calculations in there. Maybe you can go back and see, okay, can we maybe lower it a little bit to make it a bit more attractive to everyone around? But in the end, you probably already have made your calculations and you're about to release your game, and now you probably need to get it out that way.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
and I think that, like, as much as I mean, I'm sure that even during this podcast, once we get to our main topic, this will come up a lot. But with every studio in the world, like switching to Unreal Engine 5, where there's all sorts of built-in tools to make your game look super nice and have a physics model, and like all these things are already done or extremely simple to do without a lot of like bespoke coding and investment.
yeah.
It's like, why can't you make the core team size smaller and save some money on developing the game in order to like actually launch it at a reasonable price?
It's going to be more interesting in the future to see if maybe they finally drop the sizes of the development teams from 17 million to like 100 or something. Because hey, if we would just take our time up, deliver a good game that is maybe even a sequel to the one that came before it and everybody really liked, and you just get that amazing, crazy hype train behind it, and then apparently also just deliver on the gameplay and everything else. Like, oh, we just made a lot of money with a pretty small team.
Hellblade 1 was about 10 to 12 people, so AAA devs have no excuse at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ninja Theory really delivered on that
Morphbox in the chat.
Yeah.
Yep.
And unfortunately, they made the second Hellblade, and I wish they wouldn't.
I still have not played Senua's Saga, so I can't comment on that one. I heard it wasn't good, and I really liked the first one, so I was kind of like, do I want to?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing as well. Like, yeah, what he was saying, 10 to 12 people for the first Hellblade, and for Hellblade 2, it's double. And it's like,
even that's a pretty small team considering how that game looks. And wait, is it Unreal? Yeah, I guess Hellblade 1 was Unreal 4, right? Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Like they have been using Unreal Engine.
Well, I know it's funny because I was playing through a bunch of the Devil May Cry games, and I fired up a bit of Ninja Theories. I almost said Ninja Blade, Hellblade, Ninja Blade, Ninja Theories DMC reboot. That was Unreal 3, I believe.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine. Yeah, Morphbox says it was Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
And as much as that game's story is strange, it looks nice. Pretty good gameplay. It runs well.
Yeah. Like it's basically a shitty version of John Carpenter's They Live, but even then still like it's has some pretty solid mechanics.
Well, that's going on with Silksong at least. lots of
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots
Strong
Yeah,
recommend. Yeah, I like Silksong a lot. I think you should play it. We haven't set the date for the Forge. We did say that we were going to do a Silksong Forge, so we'll figure that out at some point. But we want to give. Well, I've not finished the game, but I'm further ahead than Metal, so we want to go. Watch how he's gonna end up beating it before me. Want to give us both time to finish the game prior to doing the Forge, obviously.
right.
Which is what we did for this game, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Don't segue. I wasn't done.
Oh, never mind.
God damn
Cancel
it.
last.
Fuck, no, what would I say? Now I trash talked and now I got karma instantly.
We were talking about Silksong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, different games. Yeah, lots of things happening. So obviously we finished this now. Silksong came out. Personally, I also played the Path of Exile's new season that also came out last weekend. So I played that this weekend with some friendos, and also yesterday after I came back from the big old Chinese buffet with my dad. After I was full of all kinds of food, I just sat down and did some more leveling there, and yeah, that's happening. We got Borderlands 4 coming out. That's a thing that still exists and is coming out soon.
Yay.
Which I'm
Yay?
kind of curious-ish about to see what people think about it. Because I was like, I played the shit ton of Borderlands 2, like a lot. And I really enjoyed playing it. And I'm curious if that one is going to deliver on the gameplay, and maybe I get another shooty-looty game to play at some
Did you play
point.
3?
A little bit. I thought it sucked.
I didn't play 3. I didn't even bother purchasing it. I was like,
Oh, I got it in the Humble Bundle.
I'm
that's
very,
why.
I'm very
Yeah,
much done.
actually,
I'm
that's
very much
why
done
I
after
have it
2.
too.
Yeah.
I have not played it, but I got it in a Humble Bundle.
Yeah. Like, I didn't even really enjoy the shooting in it. I didn't find a weapon that I enjoyed playing, and then I just dropped it and never went back. So we'll see what's up with Borderlands 4. I don't know. I'm just gonna have a look, see what they're up to. I think that's like in a couple of days or something. And also, what also released was this Chronos game, which looks like a Resident Evil like game in space or something, like a mix of.
It's not in space. It's just
time
Poland.
time travel dimension. I always say space. It looks like, because the fucking suit looks like a space suit. That's why.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of the Resident Evil remakes and the Dead Space, though it's not set in space.
Yeah, I always.
So
say
it's
space automatically.
it's the same team who did Silent Hill 2 remake, Bloober Team.
Yep.
And apparently it also has some pretty severe performance issues. So yeah, apparently they did not learn their lesson.
Yeah. I mean, I have the game now. I haven't played it yet, but I'll get around to it. I'm gonna see for myself if this is gonna chug or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm now very worried about the Silent Hill 1 remake that Bloober Team is also doing, apparently, because I was sort of hoping that maybe after all of the criticism of Silent Hill 2, or not the majority of it at least, especially from like bigger outlets and stuff, like the masses, the normies, the people that aren't like big Silent Hill 2 fans who have more specific criticisms about things like the padding and the pacing and stuff. Like everyone was just talking about the stuttering and the performance. You figured that would be the thing that's like, okay, look, whatever we do with our next game, we really got to make sure that we iron those problems out. But apparently they're just like, no, we're just gonna do the same thing again as far as optimization goes. So yeah, I'm a little worried. I think this was before the show, but I was saying that I've been hearing, though, that like I think Digital Foundry did a thing on Silent Hill F, and apparently it is like the most optimized Unreal Engine 5 game. So like that actually made me pretty happy. I'm just like, oh, thank God. I was like, because I think Silent Hill F actually looks quite good. I'm looking forward to playing it, and hearing that I'm not going to have to be suffering through traversal stutters is nice. I appreciate that.
Because that Silent Hill 2 remake, that ran like big old poopy buttholes.
And like, I think what was funny is like the stuttering was almost like inherent to the game. Like there's nothing you could do to the settings to fix it. I ran it at on my 3090 at 720p, and it was still stuttering when enemies spawned in. So I'm like, okay, so this is just, it's hard coded in. Like putting it low settings at an ultra low resolution. It's like, no, still stutters. It's like, how did this get past like how did this get past what's it called? QA, that's it.
Right.
I was about to say qualification. I was like, I guess it kind of means that it's quality assurance. But yeah, I don't know.
Well.
Now, I guess I mean I did this segue before, but like, you know what else is a Konami remake that has some performance issues?
Yeah.
Right.
See, I would have segued from the price stuff. We had like 3 segues to use, so it's fine. We can use all of them. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid Delta, the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
Or Metal Gear Solid Triangle, like
yeah,
from the PlayStation controller.
You know
but it's
how
also
annoying it is that everyone just puts the triangle in the titles? Like when I was going to Steam Grid DB, where you can get like the pictures or logos and stuff for like thumbnails, they have it listed as the triangle thing. It's like, I don't have a fucking triangle button on my keyboard, you bastards.
You gotta install a Greek alphabet keyboard.
I was like,
or
there's
maybe
no way they don't have a...
Bikini
Yeah. So I just scroll all the way down and find it that way. So that was just funny a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we said that last time already. We're not going to talk about the story again because it's exactly the same. They didn't change a thing about the story and how it plays out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want our analysis of the Metal Gear Solid 3 story, and you missed last week's episode, that's where we covered the original game, or at least the HD collection version of it. And I think that's what most of us
and even
played,
the other versions of MGS3 as well, Subsistence and the features that it has. Yeah, and the features would get carried over into Delta as well, like Snake versus Monkey and Guy Savage.
I just meant for the purpose of the story. It's like we talked about the original last week, and that's where we did probably more story analysis than we're going to this week. I mean, it might still come up at certain points.
Yeah, it
but,
might come up, but I don't have it as a targeted topic for these ones, because I think there's more interesting things to talk about instead of just retreading the same thing. Obviously. But yeah, I mean, I guess you already talked about the performance. So here's the thing. I'm really interested to see or to hear how you guys' performance was, because I know a lot of people with big chunky graphics cards, and I'm talking like 5090s, like top end. Like even if the 50 series is garbage, it should still run a game really well, pretty much.
Yeah.
I have a 4080. And
yeah, that's good.
I did try running a different program in the background called ForceFix. It's also what I used to, get Metal Gear Rising to run at 60 FPS. And I tried doing it here for Delta, and I mean it's a little better, but it's still the frames still drop, like when you're doing the CQC animations especially.
Yeah, because for me, I didn't have a single issue with performance in this game. I had a 60 FPS all the way through. I guess I had the golden build for this game. I don't know. I had no issues whatsoever. I know Marc told me he had issues at the chase sections and the last boss fight.
I can expand on that in a moment too.
Yeah. I'm throwing the ball to you next, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just ran at the max 60 FPS, which it is locked to, which I'm not the greatest fan of. Let me run my game at higher than 60 FPS. That's why I have a big chunky PC, to be able to do that. But yeah, I had no frame drops whatsoever. I think I saw like a 59 once at some point. But I had no issues whatsoever. The only issues I had recently were from my PC in general, which I figured out. In case anyone has the same very weird niche problem where your PC suddenly starts to turn off randomly and you can't figure out what it is. If you have the Logitech Plus thing for your keyboard and webcam or something, that shit crashed my driver and my PC. I don't know why. I uninstalled it. I had no problems again.
Not very logical of them.
I don't know. Perhaps Konami did like a silent patch for it. I'm not sure.
What? Oh no, does it?
That
You mean for the performance of the game?
yeah.
Okay.
Could they have
I
done
actually I
something like
don't
that?
think they did, because in their patch notes it had nothing at all about performance and like the update that they put
Yeah.
out. Which
Yeah,
I
it's
found
like
almost like it's like ballsy to put that out, to be like, even if you don't
it's
actually do anything, I think you might have wanted to say, yeah, and we're trying to address performance issues as well.
yeah, like couldn't they have just, brought up performance because that's like the most talked about thing that a
Yeah.
lot of people have addressed.
Yeah. Oh, really short. Because people are asking. You have high end stuff from AMD currently. Yeah, I have the
9070.
7800 3XD or X3D. The X is
Oh,
there
over your
somewhere.
CPU, yeah.
Not the 9000,
X3D.
not the 9000 one. I actually got my friendo to buy that one because he had budget left over. So it's like just bump that one up and we get like a bit better PSU, and he's very happy with it. But yeah, I have that. I have the 9070 XT Radeon AMD card, of course. 32 gigs
Mm,
of RAM. And yeah, I mean, I'm sad. I got a pretty chunky PC. And yeah, no
got an
Yeah.
problems
Ryzen 9.
whatsoever with that. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, well, you guys tell me all about your issues because I legit had none. Like I had no crashes, no stutters, nothing. I was very happy all the way through.
Justin, you want to go first?
Oh, like yeah, it's what I brought up before is that I did have, less frames when I was doing CQC moves on soldiers, and yeah, the frames did drop during the chase sequences with the Shagohod. I am yeah, like other than that though, like it ran well for the most part. Like for me, I have like again, I have a 4080 graphics card and my processors and AMD Ryzen 9. Um,
And what resolution and settings were you guys running at too?
I was running it. I want to say like yeah, my middle monitor is like a 4K monitor, so I was running on 4K at 60 FPS.
Using DLSS
And yeah,
on, do you remember which setting, like quality, performance, balance?
I performance. So yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
was trying performance
You know what? I'm
because
gonna
I
boot up my game and
I,
check.
I figured that since I was playing on performance, then it should run more fluidly along with DLSS and all.
I'll boot up my game here and I'll let you know here in a second because I did not fiddle with it at all. But I'm pretty sure it's just everything on the highest and then native. I think I had.
Yeah, I'm,
I'll let
I'm
you
gonna
know.
jump into it as well. I'll
And Metal, your 1440p monitor, right?
Yeah, 1440p. Yeah.
So one thing that like I was playing both of the monitors that I was playing on are 4K monitors, but I found that DLSS downscaling, or sorry, upscaling to 4K, like down rendering, I guess, always seemed to give me mild performance issues. Whereas if I set the target resolution to 1440p, so basically turn my 4K monitor into a 1440p monitor, then DLSS on quality fixed the performance on the 3080, which is like the one I have upstairs, and it was able to run native 1440p on the 3090, which is the one I'm on right now, like my editing computer.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I found kind of interesting about that though is it shouldn't really make any difference because like I mean really DLSS quality at 4K is running the game at 1440p.
Yeah.
So like it should just be like, okay, I know like we're blowing the image up a little bit to fit your screen, but like the game behind the hood that is running at 1440p, which means with DLSS on quality 1440p would make it 1080p. So even if I was running it at 1080p, if it's blowing up to 1440p, it's fine, and 1440p still looks really good. Everybody, like even on a 4K monitor, you don't really need to be running at 4K for most games to have it look like super clean and nice. I mean, sometimes when you can, you get a little bit of extra visual clarity, but I find that especially if you're getting any kind of performance hit, it's not really worth doing, especially a game that's capped at 60 FPS. Like it's like, okay, well, I mean, if all you really need to be doing is getting a consistent 60, then like do what you have to do to get there. And if lowering the target resolution helps, then that helps. The big part where I had an issue was the escape from Groznygrad. So like the Shagahad chase escape sequence. And when I was walking Eva through the area that's raining, and the boss fight, like the final boss fight at the end with all the white flowers.
Right.
Yeah.
But on the 3090, it was totally fine. Like all of those scenes were totally fine. And that was the one that was running. Actually, wait, no, I might have actually put. So I think when I put the 4091 into DLSS quality, those scenes just became perfectly clean 60 FPS. So like this game can run well on a higher end PC, or I mean even higher end of the PCs from 4 years ago, I guess, or 5 years ago, because like both of my graphics cards are 3000 series. But I actually do have a 9070 as well on the Linux build, but the Linux build was doing some weird things and like capping me at like not 1080p, it was above 1080p, but like I couldn't get it to 1440p despite that monitor being a 1440p monitor. So I didn't really play too much on that rig. But this game can run well. What's funny about it though is it seems to not have a lot of success on the consoles, which generally have not better performance, but more consistent performance, because they're really kind of targeting down to a very specific specification. And a lot of UE5 games have shader compilation issues, which are generally easier to solve on consoles because they're APUs, so you don't have to have communication between the CPU and the GPU. It's just they're all one chip. So that makes shader compilations a bit more easy to handle, and UE5 games tend to be a bit more consistently performing on consoles as a result. But apparently the PS5 Pro version, it uses the PS5 normal quality mode as the only mode that you can use, and it doesn't look as good and has worse performance than the PS5 original performance mode. So there seems to be a lot of strange things going on with the console performance, which like tends to not be the case unless the game is just like a really heavy game. Like, I mean, Cyberpunk obviously being the best example of like, okay, that game probably should have never launched on PS4 and Xbox One in the first place. Yes, the PC of that one runs a lot better, but yeah, no, I think that this is acceptable in the like most the most strict sense of the term, where it's like, yeah, like you can get away with this, but I still don't think, as far as like things that we should encourage, like if there has to be this much trickery going on for people to get it running like nicely, I think that maybe they should be working on optimization a bit more. And on that note, I fired up Metal Gear Solid 5 for the first time in a little bit, both on the 3080 computer and on my Steam Deck. Locked 60 FPS, like absolutely flawless 60 FPS at all times, even on a Steam Deck. And it's like, wow, losing the Fox engine was a mistake. And while I guess like Metal Gear Delta, I guess looks better, it's not appreciably better. Like it's not to the point that this looks so much better than Metal Gear Solid 5 that like obviously they had to use Unreal Engine 5. It's like, I don't know, man. I think if Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater was just a mod for MGS5 and they're just like, yeah, we just put Metal Gear Solid 3 into MGS5 and we're selling it as a separate product, but it's cheaper now because most of the game was already done. We just kind of designed some Metal Gear Solid 3 map packs for Metal Gear Solid 5 and then put in all the cinematics and voice acting. That's all they really needed to do.
Yeah, just take the Africa map and just put it into like the Russian jungles and all.
Yeah, well, I mean, like obviously I think that like even segmenting off the areas and like making it still play like Metal Gear Solid 3 structurally, but just with the Metal Gear Solid 5 mechanics that are pretty similar to the Delta mechanics. Like there's not a huge jump in what you can do in one versus the other, like aside from basic things like Fulton recovery and stuff that are just not a thing in Metal Gear Solid 3. But yeah, I don't think that Unreal Engine 5 is really been a good bet for the gaming industry. I think that like it seems to either make things more complicated than they need to be, or flat out break things in a way that is like atrocious. Like, and as much as Silent Hill 2 is playable, it is almost impossible to not be a little bit annoyed by how often it's stuttering. And I imagine there's people that are like, well, I don't really care, so I thought Silent Hill 2 was a 10 out of 10. It's like, okay, cool, but like you would probably still think it's a 10 out of 10 if it was well optimized and ran nicely. Like that's sort of my big thing with most of those defenses for bad performance. It's like, look, just because it did not bother you does not mean it's not a problem, you know?
Right. And still, Metal Gear Solid 5, like 10 years later, still looks fantastic through the Fox engine. And 29 gigabytes, and then like MGS Delta's 93 gigabytes. That's almost a terabyte. Seriously.
Yeah, the file size is night and day.
Yeah,
actually, I'm reinstalling it. That's probably the thing that surprised me the most. I was like, "Fuck, this game's only 30 gigs."
And even the prologue, Ground Zero, is like nearly 3 gigs. And the Camp Omega map, like, despite it being so small, like there's still so much that you can do in that one. And
I see there's a lot of people having the debate between high and ultra. Yeah, like I pretty much never have anything on ultra. Like, oh, it looks like Metal did though.
I mean, yeah, I was just waiting for you to finish, but you're just going.
Yeah, it's like I just realized that I didn't completely turn off bloom and motion blur. They were at low. My graphics quality, I set it to high. Upscaling quality is at native. Anti-aliasing method is DLSS. Frame rate 60. I turned off VSync, and the resolution is 3440 by 1440 4K.
No. So yeah. That's just what you see here is just what the game decided to use, and then I turned off motion blur. That's what I did, and I had no problems whatsoever. I rarely go on ultra, but I was like, I still have resources to spare in my performance view and everything. I was like, I might as well just fucking keep it there. It doesn't really matter that much to me. But yeah, there's a lot of times ultra and high, there's like not really a big difference between the two that I can tell for the most part. But yeah, I was just kind of trying to show us like, yeah, it's just everything was high. The upscaling quality was on quality, which is is closer to native. I guess I could have gone to native. I thought I was on native, but whatever.
Actually, yeah, I could probably figure that out with FSR. I'll let you know in a moment.
What figure out what? So it's
what FSR quality runs at?
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, gotcha.
Motion blur, yes or no? I say no on motion blur. Like, and also turn off bloom, and let's see, turn off depth of field as well. Because like I know they're trying to do their utmost to make today's games look more cinematic, but if you really want to have like fluid performance, then yeah, definitely turn those off.
Yeah, I normally do too. I don't know. Motion blur is always the one I just go to immediately, and then depending on how much it annoys me, I turn off the other ones. I didn't find it very annoying in these ones, so I just kept it. I personally did not touch this at all. I think besides borderless and just full screen. I think that's the only thing I switched around here and there, but that's about it. So yeah, I had no problems with that.
Full screen.
But yeah, so that's the interesting an interesting topic to me, because you guys already touched upon the Fox engine thingy, and I was also wondering, why didn't they just use it? I guess from what I understand, they dropped it, stopped using it. It wasn't supported anymore.
Yeah.
Because Kojima basically took the guys with him that did the Fox engine or something.
No, I mean they had a lot of people who still developed on Fox engine after that, because that's what Pro Evolution Soccer was using for I think a number of years after Metal Gear Solid 5. But I think it was just a while back Konami just sort of stopped making video games, and I guess the Fox engine people went with them. But again, like that's kind of what like my point with that is like, yeah, but like what about like people make mods for Metal Gear Solid 5? So like, can't you just hire a bunch of them?
Yeah, and they also yeah, the last game that they also use Fox Engine for is Metal Gear Survive.
Ah.
Yikes.
Oh no, they were doing Pro Evolution Soccer way past that. Like
Huh.
years past it. But I think it was like, I don't know, when was the last Pro Evolution Soccer game? I can't tell you offhand, but I think it was like 2018 or something like that. But anyways, well, the thing with Morphox, like, it's less about them giving a shit. I feel like this would have been cheaper. It would have been cheaper for them to do this than to like hire not only developers that work at Konami, because this is a joint development between Konami and Virtuous. So you contracted out a studio and had internal developers working in UE5, and I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I think he probably could have just, again, like a mod for Metal Gear Solid 5, which Rise, Metal Gear Solid Rises, not this. Metal Gear Survive basically is just a mod for Metal Gear Solid 5. Like that's what that was. And it was just like, well, what if you did that, but instead of making a zombie game that no one gives a shit about, you you do Metal Gear Solid 3 story and cinematics and voice acting and everything, and just like pop that into Metal Gear Solid 5, and probably could have done that much more cheaply. Would have been probably a lot quicker to develop. And
yeah. So when did they use Fox Engine last? Maybe I just missed it when you said it, but was it the Pro Evolution Soccer or the Metal Gear Survive?
Pro Evolution Soccer was the last one they were doing it with.
When was that? When was that? Like what
I'll
year?
even just sort of last Fox Engine game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird because yeah, use your in-house engine if you have one instead of getting one from the outside, especially if it's Unreal Engine 5. That is verifiably not running very well on a lot of games.
like Oblivion Remastered, like they had Bethesda had Virtuous in on it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2019 looks like was the last Pro Evolution Soccer game.
Okay, and that's the
they
last
did a couple
time
like online only ones. Looks like it. I'm just gonna quickly scan through to confirm that.
No worries.
Oh my god.
Team Ninja and Capcom have their in-house engine games and have not looked back. I mean, yeah, RE engine, right? That shit rules.
I mean, except for open world games.
Except for
the case of Dragon's Dogma and Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like Resident Evil 9 and Onimusha are probably going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't there another one too? Pragmata, that's the other one. That the RE engine game.
Oh well. well.
7 years of use on Pro Evolution Soccer. From 2014, yeah. So it looks like 2019 was probably the last Fox Engine game. Which, like, I mean, 6 years might sound like kind of a long time. It's not really that long.
It's not that long, but I assume they dropped it after the 6 years and just decided to not support it anymore and just go to use the Unreal Engine. Which
as many studios seem to be doing.
Yeah.
With mixed results.
Yeah. I mean, again, for me, this ran perfectly fine. With some space going up, I got some leftover resources even while streaming. So yeah, I don't know. Definitely was aware of people having these problems, and you guys already talked about yours. I knew I forgot something. I wanted to check out what the whole bug with the croc outfit is. So if you can do something with a crocodile outfit, and then you can crash the game or something. Did you hear about this?
I heard about it. I don't know the details though.
Okay,
so
shit, hang on.
I would need you to tell me the specifics.
Well, I don't know it. That's what I mean. I forgot to check it. Okay, let me see. Crocodile Dundee. No, not quite.
Call that a knife.
MGS Delta. Okay, what's going on here? Delta.
Yeah, I've only had like a few crashes on Delta. Like once at the start of the game, like the very first cutscene, and then like pretty much like after the virtuous mission. Like other than that, like I didn't have anything else going on for
Yeah.
crashes onward.
Yeah, I don't think I had any crashes.
Let's see. First Metal Gear Solid Delta update addresses crashing issues and floating snake bug. Okay. Address crashes that could occur when collecting food near a hungry crocodile under certain conditions. Okay.
Yeah, I never experienced those myself. so
No,
I
me
wouldn't know.
neither. I had no crashes whatsoever. I can't find the specific.
It's the
thing.
crocodile's food. Get away from it.
Yeah. Croc outfit crashing? Let's see. Konami blame Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater crash bugs on cranky crocs. That's actually a pretty funny headline.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's
I
from
guess.
Rock Paper Shotgun.
PR wise, that's entertaining, I guess.
Let me see. If you want a smooth opening bout of Snake Eater, I would avoid either pretending to be a crocodile or having lunch in the presence of a hungry one. Seems to be some underlying reptilian. Oh god, yeah, just stop with the fucking forward shit. Just tell me what that is. Who amongst us had
Gotta
not
fill out
rolled
that word
into
count.
a crawl and ended up drifting across? Jesus fucking Christ! What is just the fucking? Is that?
Well, you got to give people reasons to scroll down and then insert more ads into the article.
Let's see. Performing an additional survival knife attack after completing a series of consecutive blah blah blah. Removing the crocodile cap from the survival viewer while it is equipped may cause the game to crash under certain conditions. Collecting food when a hungry crocodile is nearby may cause the game to crash under certain conditions.
I always hate when they put under certain conditions
Yeah.
in patch notes too, because I'm like, what are the conditions? Like, help me avoid that.
So yeah, apparently that's like the weird. That's much less funny or interesting than I thought it would be. Especially because some of my IRL friends pointed that out to me. They said, wasn't there like a thing with the crocodiles? And I was like, yeah, I think something crashes. And it was much more exciting when I didn't look up what it was because it's just random stuff. I thought it would be something like you have the crocodile thing and then you roll into another crocodile and then the game says you're gay. And
Crocodile time paradox, and it just crashes the game.
But that just seems to be like a pretty standard weird issue. Or maybe it doesn't seem, it just feels standard to me because I work in IT. It's like, yeah, weird shit happens and then things crash. Maybe I'm just too used to it. I don't know.
It's the IT nihilism. Shit happens, then you die for techies.
Pretty much. It's like, why didn't this work? I don't know. Why does it work now? I don't know. It's like, okay. Did you restart it? Yeah, like 5 times as well. And then at some point something fixed it. I fucking hate IT. Well, we were talking about prices earlier already. And we should talk about the price of this one. Because the base version of this game is 80 Euro bucks. And I assume that's like 110 Canadian and whatever your price point is.
I think it was a $70 one for us, which would make it
okay.
Yes, $70 US. So
yeah, for us, so then $89.99. I think
wow.
in Canadian dollars.
Actually cheaper for US folks. Racism right there.
What's the euro at these days, currency wise? I don't really think about it.
80
I guess relative to the US dollar, like
so 80 euros are 93 US dollar dues.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good for me.
No. Yeah, no, see, because ours is way. It's always the number for us is always above the US dollar one. But I mean, you're like generally, what does a $70 game cost for you? Like 70 USD game.
It's probably 70, I think.
Yeah,
they normally have like the same US and euro. They match up quite often. I noticed. Yeah.
So pretty much in the case of this, like I'd say, like wait for a sale, like a major price drop for this.
Yeah, I guess that's
or
a
if you're
short
going
version.
or if you're going for like, a more cheaper experience, then yeah, I'd say just go for the original MGS3 for the time being. It's also in the Master Collection Volume 1. And yeah, that has improved over time. Really wish
Okay,
that
nice.
they fixed all that from the start.
Yeah. So, yeah, 80. That's like more than I guess a general full price game. I guess 70 to 80 is like now considered the normal full price. I'm afraid. Um, but obviously there's some things to consider here that they have $80 price tags. Um, they're just copying a game in a different engine. They have a
Basically,
story
yeah.
already. They have the layouts of the levels already. They know where shit goes. There's a big chunk of development that is just that does not need to happen for this.
Right. And as far as the improvements go, like going into the codec, like with the
I'll be right back.
like by pressing up on the D-pad, like that is like an instant, you know, that is like an instant fix right there. And you're going into the camo index as well, pressing the D-pad down and switching your face and uniform on the fly. That's pretty cool. That they would cut down the pacing on like jumping from menus like in the original.
Yeah.
And as far as like the actual gameplay, yeah, you can crouch a walk like you do in the 3DS version. And yeah, that's definitely something that should have been, carried over. Like, oh yeah, they did have crouch walking in MGS4 and Peace Walker. Of course, Metal Gear Solid 5. It would make sense to add crouch walking here, just like to make it like the
Oh god
like
damn it.
yeah, it's a near perfect version of MGS3 as far as gameplay and mechanics go, and just improving on the stuff that was a problem for the original MGS3, like the pacing, like switching from gameplay to menus for camouflage and curing yourself and feeding Snake. Yeah, that's something that I can get behind.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be one of my points as well, what they added in terms of
Right.
quality of life. I actually just booted up the game here again so I can just show it immediately.
Right.
Well, I was playing on mouse and keyboard because I want to shoot with mouse and keyboard, and I'll talk about this later a bit more because that impacts the game quite heavily playing it on mouse and keyboard. But what you can do now as a quality of life improvement, for me, it's just holding down the one button. You get like the quick camouflage menu where have like a
Yep.
pretty good mix of stuff you can do. It's not all of the different versions you can do, so it's definitely worth it going into the camouflage menu manually again from the get-go. So this is one of the options, but it's quite nice if you can just check real quick. It's like, oh, do I have like the best camo right now? And then you can just click here, and then whoop, immediately you're there.
I
Then,
found something it does is if you pick camouflage manually, it will then add that to the quick camouflage.
oh, okay, that's neat. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
interesting. I didn't notice that. Then I just really like this one, the codec thing they did for this one. I just hold down 2, and then you get like this little quick select here, like a half circle. It's like this: Major 0, Paramedic, Save, Sigint, Eva. It's pretty nice. And you can also go on Tune, and then you can just, use it as an actual knob. You just scroll through the things.
Just turn through for air supports or healing frequency.
Yeah. So yeah, I just like it. It just feels nice. I don't know. I think it's a neat little thing they did here. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, here you can just kind of click on it, and then you, bam, going into the codec, and boom, you're talking to Sigint. So yeah, that's nice. Also, in the codec things, if you accidentally hit a button and stop the dialogue and you didn't mean to, you can just hit the space button again, and the dialogue just continues automatically with the voice
I
lines.
like that a lot.
So
Right.
that's a good addition because I remember while playing the OG, that happened to me by accident, and then I just had to read it out myself. I was like, oh damn it, So yeah, you can just pause.
Yeah.
It
to
happens to me
continue it.
so frequently when I replay the game, and you're like, Major Zero starts telling you about like basic game tutorial stuff, and then I forget that then the boss comes in and there's like major story things that happen in that codec call, and I'm like,
Right,
oh
right.
fuck.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just so while I'm talking about like the mouse and keyboard stuff here, they did a pretty good job. It's kind of funny because the day before I was thinking, it's like, oh, how do they do like the selecting thing? Are they like I would probably do just Q and E and do it that way, and that's actually exactly what they did. And I was like, oh yeah, nice. So
I
if
think
you
I think
hold
like
down Q, you get like the items. You can get like your binoculars and shit like that, and then you can just use the mouse scrolly. The mouse wheel, the mouse scrolly. Yeah, let's just call it the mouse scrolly. Just select it here, and then you can just hit F to use the items if you want to. So
mhm.
yeah,
I
pretty
do
good.
like the default controls on mouse and keyboard in particular. What I don't like is the key binding is actually kind of limited. Like there were things I wanted to do with the key binds that the
Okay.
game just would not let me do. Like
That's
I
annoying.
couldn't use my mouse thumb button to reload, for example.
Okay.
It was just like, no, not that one. And I'm like, why?
Um,
Why not? Also, you can only map one key
Using
to
a
each
reload
action
button
too.
in Metal Gear, you just equip and unequip and equip again, and you get full ammo. What are you?
I
like,
mean, yeah,
are you
that
like a noob
well,
or something?
it was sometimes I like like skulking through the thing. I don't want to. Or for example, I think the Fury boss fight's a good example of this, where like I'll hit him with the Mosin Nagant a couple times, and then I don't want to like pause gameplay for even a second. I want to be like, because I know that he's not going to find me immediately, so I'm like moving and kind of tracking his position while like not even framing the game up for a moment.
Uh-huh.
mhm.
Yeah.
But even still, it's like I've never understood why like even gamepad controls on like console versions. Even it's like, why just let me remap anything to anything? Stop it.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
it's annoying. What I've seen before as well is they have like some buttons they just refuse to let you remap for some reason. Or you have to do like some trickery to get it the way you want. It's really annoying.
Hmm.
But you know, like layout wise, I was pretty happy with what they did here. If you do like if you hold down shift, you have like the stalking stuff, like the slow walk, which I think was just using the D-pad on the original version.
Oh yeah.
So that's just nice. And also, they kept, thank fuck, they kept the crouch walking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty nice. What I
'cause I
did
think I mentioned
notice
this last
though,
week, but up
one
until now, that's the only thing the 3DS version had on all the other versions.
one
And that was
thing that
my
I
first
found
version that I played.
really annoying, and that actually annoyed me throughout the game. So you can do space and you do like your forward roll, pretty normal. Then you hold it down and you go into the crouching. And when you do that, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna hit space again to get back up, right? No, that's not allowed. You have to hold C to get back up. And the amount of times that just got me hurt for no reason is really annoying. Because I just want to spam it to get back up quickly. Especially in the Fury fight when you're on fire and you're trying to get
Yeah,
away.
I was about to
just
say
wanna
that's another Fury fight one.
get back up and you're like, get back up. So, oh, fuck, I need to hold space and then do that. So, yeah, that's like one of the things that really annoyed me. I don't know why they didn't let you just get back up again, because you can do it with C. Why not the other one? But yeah, that's one of the things. But yeah, other than that, mouse and keyboard works really, really well.
Yeah. Two of the things that I did find impressive about this remake is that when you go through like the muddy areas, like in the first section, like the mud gets carried over onto Snake, and it increases your camo index.
Yeah, I think
So,
that was
yeah,
in the
like,
original ones as well, though. I'm pretty sure.
I think not when you change environments, though.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Like if you go into
Yeah.
the next area.
Yeah. And whenever you get hurt and you cure your wounds, the scars get carried over to Snake throughout the rest of the adventure.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah, and there's one more thing that makes this game easier to complete than the original, is that it has an actual pause screen, and you can just load up to like any previous save point that you're on, including auto saves.
Yeah.
So you can you can get achievements like, you know, killing the end before the actual boss fights, and you could just reload your last save
Oh,
points
I
and
did that
just
in my playthrough
That's what I
actually,
did. Yeah.
because I wanted to show it
Yep.
to chat as well. It's like, look what you can do, and then you just explodes.
Yeah. Yeah, just,
So
just
funny.
doing that, just pulling that up, it is funny and it's so satisfying to pull off. Like,
Yeah.
damn, that felt good.
And I unfortunately I moved, because if you just don't move, the wheel just hits you in the face as well. From this wheelchair. So, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you guys play through anyway? Like which difficulty? I mean, you can see right now the one I loaded is the very easy one, because I used it to get the ducks and frogs. It's just easier.
Huh.
I did hard and non-lethal. I played on hard and decided to do non-lethal again. I just like playing that way.
Yeah, so my first playthrough was on a controller on normal, and I got one kill, even though I was trying to do non-lethal. But I might have mentioned this last week also, but I CQC'd a guy near one of the forest traps, and the forest trap killed him. And that counted as my kill.
I'm surprised.
But then I did a
that
proper
counted as-
non-lethal.
I'm surprised that counted as your kill, because one guy fell in the water after I knocked him out for me. That didn't count. And obviously, when you're in the chase, you can just kill the driver and everyone explodes, and that doesn't count as kills either. So I'm surprised
Yeah,
that actually counted for you.
I think it might have been because I was I was punching him at the time. So maybe it's like it registered my attack, maybe as his last HP or something like that. But that is what happened for sure. And it upset me when I got to the Sorrow boss fight and noticed there was one dude. And I was like, oh no, Jojo. See, Jojo was upset.
Jojo. Oh, Jojo.
Yeah.
But yeah, then second playthrough though was mouse and keyboard hard mode and got the non-lethal on that one.
Nice. Yeah, I got my pigeon on my hard playthrough. So
And the Peace Walker achievement.
yeah.
Oh yeah. See, I did a normal playthrough with a controller in this version, and like very much like last night, I did go through a non-lethal run for the first time in the original and got the Peace Walker achievement from that as well.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
yeah, it's like so far I've completed more of Delta than I did the original, and I felt like, man, I am disgracing the original by not getting more achievements in that way. So I just figured, hey, I'm gonna have to, get up to the same completion level as Delta.
Yeah.
Well, I think honestly, like these two games are similar enough that like you can play Delta as like the one you play ever or going forward. Like if you've never played it or if you just want to keep replaying it again,
Right.
like because there's nothing about it that destroys the original in anything unless
no,
like some
of course
people got really sensitive about Eva's boob jiggle being not there and like when she's crawling towards Snake in the waterfall. I think
Yeah,
that
well,
like
it's one of
Eva's
those
sex
thinking-
appeal is there though. Like I mean, it's I don't think you're missing much with that. But
Yeah.
I mean, aside from that, I don't think there's anything about this game that makes it worse. But with the exception of not being able to switch between the new style camera and the legacy camera at any time, because you could do that in the HD collection and subsistence, where if you just click the right stick, you can go just to the fixed camera angle mode from the original Snake Eater. And there were times where that was beneficial, and I would do that like for gameplay reasons. But when you try to do that in this one, it reloads you from the previous checkpoint, so you can't really hot swap the camera styles in game, which I wonder why. Like, I mean, it's like you're not loading in any new assets. You're just changing where the camera is. But maybe there was a reason they couldn't do it. But it seems like an oversight to me.
Right.
Other than that, though, it is still good. I mean, I guess Morphbox, yes, correct. I guess that is still. I mean, maybe it's censorship, and maybe it's just like they did not have a model for doing that kind of jiggle in this engine pre-built, and they just didn't want to go through the time to make it. But it doesn't have an appreciable effect on the game experience. I think. Like,
I mean, the only
personally,
like making it less spicy that I found were like some of the posters around. Like, for example, when you're in the not the helo jump, the weird rocket thing
Halo
you get
jump.
propelled to. There's like
Oh,
there's like a poster
Yeah, I
inside
used
when
to
you
get
do
that.
like the POV view. There's like it's like I think a different one, or there's just less cleavage or something. That's probably
Oh,
a
huh.
better example. And some of the other posters I saw, they're like less visible booba for sure. I mean
Oh
that
yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So
you do get
that's I
to
think more
switch.
fair.
You do get to switch between legacy style and new style to see different posters. Like you do get to
Oh,
see the
okay.
old posters in yeah, you get to see the old posters
Oh,
in legacy style, and the new
Interesting.
style you get to see the previous models, as they are now.
That's but
see,
why
that's
bother?
Yeah.
interesting
But
because
why
yeah, like
bother then?
why
Why bother
bother
changing
with the
them?
new ones? Yeah,
Because I was
that
about to
seems
bring up
strange.
maybe because it was I'm pretty sure it's like from models, like model posters. So I was wondering if
Likeness
maybe
rights.
yeah, some rights went away and then they used less spicy ones or something. I don't know. But if they still use them, but, I just don't know why they bothered.
Mm.
What I was going to point out though is where the boob jiggle being removed would have been a better example of censorship is if this was just a straight remaster, like if it was
Yeah.
Halo Anniversary style, where just like at any point you could switch to just the original game's visuals and things like
Yeah.
that were changed. Then that, well, I mean, I guess like you're right. I guess you kind of can do that with the posters then, but yeah, I just think that the Eva boob jiggle like is a it's like a 1 out of 10 on like game censorship things that I would like be bothered about. And
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, would it be nice if it was there? Sure. I like boobs. I like them jiggling. It's great. But it's just, I don't know. It's not something that I'd say, no, you have to play the original version because that's where Eva's boobs jiggle. Like, I don't, yeah, well, because it's not like they're jiggling all the time, too. It's like that one scene that people are pointing to, too. I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, it's like one shot in a game that's like loaded with cinematics.
Mm.
And I mean, again, like if they changed her outfit, I would have a bigger problem with it, like they did
Yeah.
with Maria in Silent Hill 2. Like I flat out modded Maria's original outfit into Silent Hill 2 because I think it
Yeah.
actually changes her character. Like her whole thing is
And
she's
their
supposed to
face
be like the
models, too.
manifestation of James's like sexuality, and I think her being in more conservative dress actually narratively changes what Maria's function in the story is or how well
Right.
it functions. Whereas like Eva still like she still unzips her like flight suit and yeah, she still just has her black bra out there for the world to see and
Yeah.
for us to look through into first person mode and stare at, which
But
is
yeah,
an option the game gives you during cinematics. I'm not just saying that.
one difference I immediately
Like he doesn't even bother looking up. Like he doesn't bother looking at her.
Yeah, there's a real simple thing. If they just made it so that you could not look at Eva's boobs in first person mode during those scenes, that would be like a bigger example.
Right.
But yeah, what I was saying though, like Morphbox, like my argument isn't like no, this is not censorship. You guys are all crazy. I'm just saying that like if it's adding an animation model into a game that like they don't feel is worth spending the time doing, it's like I can understand that more than if they just went out of their way to change things for the sake of changing them, like Maria's outfit in Silent Hill 2, where it's like you have the original outfit in the game. It's like on a rack in the motel in Silent Hill 2. So and then she makes a joke about like who would ever wear that, which is like it's the thing I hate so much about like comic adaptations do that. It's like, oh, who would ever be caught dead in something that looks like this? It's like stop making fun of the source material.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what a lot of entertainment does now especially with legacy franchises. I'm just so sick of it all. Everyone's sick of it.
Yeah.
Even in that the Red Sonja movie, they're like in the I didn't see the movie, but in the trailer for it, they show her like the comic Red Sonja outfit, like the silver sort of bikini thing, and she's like, "Well, what does this actually protect?" He's like, "Nothing, but it looks nice." It's like, okay, shut up.
Okay.
You don't need to address the like fantasy like Frazetta artwork armor in essential functionality.
Right.
That's just cynical millennial writing, but I don't know.
In any case, one thing I immediately noticed, which annoyed me in terms of gameplay, at least initially, but then I realized it doesn't really matter when you play with mouse and keyboard, because you can adjust really quickly. So I like to play with the good old Hush Puppy and do non-lethal and just put everyone to sleep. And in the
Yeah, the Hush
OG,
Puppy in this version, yeah, it did take me a while for me to get used to because like the trank rounds just go at a bit of an arc when you shoot.
yep,
But
exactly.
yeah, like after a while, like I did get used to it. It's like okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so as you can see here, I have it equipped right now. If you shoot, you can see there's a bit of an arc. Actually, let me shoot this way. It can see it even better. It's
Yep.
it's pretty significant, but especially on mouse and keyboard, you learn the arc quite well, and it doesn't really hinder you that much. So yeah, just a very short adjusting period for me.
Hmm.
But yeah, because in the OG, I went ahead and sniped people from like across the map that you're on, so I can just walk around. But if you have like good enough camo, you can just do it by just getting a bit closer. It's fine. So it didn't bother me as much. It bothered me in the beginning. Wasn't sure if I like it, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. If you want but you can use the easy gun, which is just funny. They just call it this way. Because that one just has a laser pointer and just shoots straight forever and ever and ever. And also, actually, I just want to talk about my very easy playthrough that I did offline to just get some achievements and stuff. And mostly I used it to get all the ducks and frog statues, which you can see here.
Oh yeah,
I pulled
yeah,
64
the
of them.
Geckos and the Kerotons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
they.
always forget their names. I just call them frogs and ducks. uh, Dude, very easy is such a fucking meme run. The- I did the Fury off screen for the first time on this one with very easy, just so I can get some more of the statues. I wasn't there on stream yet. I was like right in front of it. If you have no idea about this game and you play on very easy with the easy gun, it's
Mhm.
you learn nothing about this game. So what the easy gun does, it's not only an unlimited trank gun that has a laser sight and just shoots straight forever. It also gives you 80% camo at all times as long as it's equipped. Very easy. You don't lose any stamina either. You can just walk around. Like people don't notice you until you're like almost right next to them. So you just get into the areas, go like pew pew pew. It's like all right, that was all the enemies. Because also the maps have like half the enemies as in the other difficulties. So, and I'm pretty sure it's an instant putting them to sleep no matter where you hit them. So it's just you just run around, go like bang, bang, bang. Okay, time to search around. Oh wait, they're running out. Let me shoot them again real quick. Okay, let me search around for the thing. Okay, there it is. Okay, next area. Virtuous mission took me 8 minutes. You just run through. You realize how short it is, but you don't have to account for anything. You just go shoot, 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 and then you're done. It's so funny. It's
Right.
such a meme run. I think the whole playthrough on very easy took me like 2.5 hours, and that's only 2.5 hours because I stopped for like a couple of minutes every time to look around for the frogs and ducks.
Now, do you get the easy gun on very easy mode from the jump, or do you have to finish the game first?
You get it. You just have it. That's like
Oh,
part of
okay.
that's just part of the difficulty.
So yeah, it's the story mode.
It's a story mode pretty much. But yeah, you learn nothing about the game. If you had no idea how the end works or any of the other bosses, I mean, it's, the end was so funny with the very easy mode. Like you sneak up to him, he starts running away, and in the OG, you're like pretty slow with the aiming and shit like this. I shot him once. He started running away, and then I just shot him 3 times. He fell over. I waited for him to get back up. Shot him 3 times again. He fell over. So by the time he left the area, I had like 1 bar of stamina left.
Oh, so yeah, he doesn't do the flash bomb anymore.
Oh, he did that too. It doesn't matter though. Like you just
Oh,
can't get
okay.
away from you. You just can't. You just shoot, 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 and he falls over. And because you don't have to aim or anything, very very hard, and you just
Look at
fast.
Metal bullying an old man.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. It was funny as fuck. You just can't get away. Obviously, you can't do very nice snipes with like the normal hush puppy Because in the OG, I did like some snipes across the map to get like the last shot of him while he was sniping me. But in this one, you have to get a bit closer, but it's still not too bad. But yeah, very easy. If you want to just fuck around in the game a bit, very easy is the way to go. It was so funny to go through, especially if you have knowledge of the game and know the bosses work. You take even less damage, so a lot of the times you can just tank the bosses. You just stand there while Ocelot keeps shooting you. Like, okay, I'm just gonna wait until I'm allowed to shoot you again. All right, there you go. You don't have to do anything. It's so funny to play.
Right.
Perfect. To
I did.
Perfect to get all the figures though. Like it's very good for the collectibles.
Yeah, I might have to attempt that to get all the Kerotans and the Gakkos. But yeah, like I did hold up the end in both versions so that I could get his moss camouflage.
Yeah.
And that's an awesome thing too. Like the moss camouflage gives you 100% camo index easily for like an easy achievement.
Yeah, I
And
didn't even know that was an achievement. I just put it on and just started crouching. I was like, "Oh, you get an achievement, 100%." So, oh, okay, nice.
Yep.
Because it gives you a bonus in
man.
those in that area specifically as well.
You know, I didn't get it, and I held him up 3 times. He never like. I was like, "Am I doing this wrong? Like, am I just shooting him too quickly after he gives up?"
And yeah, nah, you don't shoot him whatsoever. You just keep holding him up. You keep aiming like around his body. He'll say, "I don't think so," a couple times until he gives up. He's like, "Okay, here, take it."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get to him the first time. He goes on the ground, then you just look away. He says the thing. You look at him again. He says the thing. Look away. Says the thing. You do it 3 times, and then that's that. First time I did this, I just tried to get him 3 times in a row until someone just like, "No, you can just do it this way." It's like, "Oh, that's way easier. Yeah, I'll do that."
Oh yeah, see, I hunted him down and like snuck up on him 3 times in a row.
Yeah, that's what I tried.
I did it the hard way, and I still didn't get it.
Right. Yeah, that can be a bit of a pain.
Yeah. Also, by the way, the amount of resources you get on very easy, you have 80 shots in your Hush Puppy.
Even though you don't need it.
Yeah, you get 40 stun Gs. You get so many resources. Like I don't even know what
40.
I don't know what to use those. I don't use 40 in the whole game. I use like 5, maybe.
Yeah. It is game journal mode, pretty much.
Yeah. So it's the playground mode. You can do so many things. Oh yeah, the easy gun is also suppressed from the get-go. Also, even though it doesn't really look like it, but it's your silent trank gun. Pretty funny to play on very easy. I was amused going through it and how fast it went. Pretty fun stuff. Still took me like half an hour, 45 minutes to actually get the frogs and ducks in the chase sequence, even while looking them up. It's like, yeah, it's like on the right shortly before you get in. Then you just keep looking. It's like, I can't fucking see it. Where the fuck is it? And then you just kind of you start to just match up the picture you see to where it might be while you run around. It's like okay, maybe there. So yeah, fuck getting those without a guide. I couldn't be bothered. Then probably would have taken me like 4 hours or something. Because you go through things so quickly, but you tank so many hits on easy, so it doesn't even matter, and you can easily just restart the checkpoint very quickly, so you don't have to go back to the menu and then reload. And you get a checkpoint after after every scene transition, so you just have to make sure you don't go to the next scene, so you have to redo the whole fucking thing every time. But yeah. Snappy, as I said, like about 30-45 minutes it took, even with kind of knowing where they are supposed to be on the map. They're pretty hard to figure out. Like, if I would have gotten those on the OG, if I wanted to do that, I would have cried, probably. They're so mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, while we're talking about difficulty, even on hard, playing with mouse and keyboard, every boss was pretty trivial. They made the bosses super duper fucking easy with mouse and keyboard. I think I died once to Fury. It took me an hour on the OG.
I never look forward to the Fury boss fight, like in general.
He can be so annoying.
He is not easy.
He stun locked me in my on my first or second attempt. Wait, how many attempts did it take me? I think 3 on mouse and keyboard. But the second time he just kind of stun locked me in like so much fire I couldn't get out or get up. It was mean.
Yeah, like there's really no clear pattern. Like you really got to study his movements carefully, and especially when you're going for a non-lethal run. Like you have to damage his suit first, like to make sure that he says, "Oh, my flame suit is ripped," and then you use the hush puppy or whatever to,
Oh, really?
trank him.
Well, see, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure they made a change in the boss fight in this one, because with the Mosin Nagant, you can shoot him in the face in the OG, and he still gets the thing. You don't need to damage it. You can't do that anymore in this one, in Delta. So
yeah, I was only going for body shots against him.
Yeah, that's what I opted to. But then I started experimenting. It was like, oh, do they want me to break his visor first so I can use the Mosin Nagant? But I shot like 13 rounds with the SVD in his face, and it didn't crack and it didn't say anything. And then it just started shooting his body, and that worked.
Right.
So I'm not sure if there's a way to break his visor in this one. But if 13 shots out of the SVD didn't do it, I don't know what else would do it. But yeah, body shots are the way to go. At least here, I found that to be the most reliable thing to do.
Yeah, I found one Mosin Nagant shot, then switching to the Hush Puppy and hitting him twice with that to stagger him is the way to go.
Yeah, then try that. That's smart. I kept shooting him in the leg. Actually, by the way, on easy, again, I keep going back to easy because it was so funny. I just bullied the Fury. I just kept shooting him in the leg, and then he just staggered, and I waited for him to go back up and do it again. It took like 20 seconds to beat him. So, like, very easy.
I was a warrior like you once, but then I took some easy tranks to the leg.
Yeah, like about 30.
One note though about the quick swapping from the Mosin Nagant to the Hush Puppy during that fight, or I guess any time, is you do have to re-rack the round in the Mosin Nagant. So when you pull it back out again, the first time you hit the trigger, he's just going to like use the bolt action, like to re-rack the weapon. So what I found I would I figured out I had to do, because I would then aim it and then find I'm using the bolt and be like, oh, okay, man, what the fuck? Like I reloaded by unequipping and equipping. Unequipping and equipping apparently does not eject the I guess, I mean, it would be the shell. I'm not sure, because like it's a dart that you're shooting, right? So it probably shouldn't have a shell casing, but it does. And yeah, so that's something that if you then like kind of fire as you're running away and like doing the repositioning thing I was telling you about, then he'll ready the weapon again so that you're good to go for your next quick scope. Yeah, apparently Doom of Sodden says modding the Vulcan renderer into Silent Hill 2 helps with the performance. I did try a few performance mods that helped a bit. I did not see that one though, so maybe I'll check that out. I'm probably going to replay Silent Hill 2 prior to our Silent Hill F episode, so I will consider that.
Do it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's just me. Like I felt as though like getting like a non-lethal run in Delta was easier than MGS3, the original.
Oh, for sure.
But I did go through a non-lethal run in MGS3 original like last night, and just gone through it. I think it might have been just me. I don't know, because it did feel like a bit easier for me to just take down the bosses and all the other soldiers on the way with like the bosses especially. They are not like they are much easier like once you have like patience to trank them.
Yeah. But
even just though being able to like aim and move in third person, I think that would make a pretty big difference for like maybe not necessarily as much against bosses, but definitely against normal enemies. I think it would be a more reliable way to what am I trying to say? Not get kills. More reliable way to get through the game without killing people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I found the same thing, especially mouse and keyboard. Very, very easy, the boss fights.
Yeah. And yeah, you do get their camo from not killing them, quote unquote.
Which makes the chase scene really funny when you get Volgan's camo, because just no one shoots you when you look at them. So
You know, I tried
Well,
that. That didn't work for me.
interesting.
Huh.
I mean, it did for me.
Like, do you have to be wearing it like before the chase starts? Because
No,
I equipped it
no.
right away and just like I was like, oh, okay, no,
You
they're
just have
shooting me.
to, you just have to
Definitely
make
shooting me.
sure you're looking at them.
Oh, okay. So so you have to be only the ones that you're looking at don't shoot you.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I thought it just meant they just don't shoot you flat out, and I was like, oh no, I'm definitely still getting shot.
Yeah. If you look away, they still kind of shoot you. Don't think about anything else with the bosses that I noticed, but in general, it just felt pretty easy, especially if you already know what you need to do, and then you can just use the more modern controls. I think it would probably be even easier in general, even if you go with the PlayStation 5 controller, for example, or something. It's probably still easier than with the old controller schemes and stuff like that. A lot of things happened since then, and I bet on consoles, if you like play it proper on PlayStation or something, you can probably do the motion aiming a little bit, which probably helps you with aiming as well.
That's what I used, although it's not intrinsic. I was only able to do it because the controller I use has like software of its own, or you can go through Steam and add gyro controls in that just basically remap the right stick. But it's not, you can't turn gyro on in game, which I think was a mistake.
Okay. You also said the boss CQC was weird. Yeah. So the boss CQC.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I wasn't even sure what they want me to press. Because normally CQC is mouse, but either I never timed it right or it's just not the button. I did read online it was supposed to be E for some reason, which is weird because E is the
equip and unequip.
Equip and unequip, so that didn't really make any sense to me. I didn't do the CQC counter once. I couldn't figure it out.
I did literally once. And it was by accident. Like I was just trying to get the CQC on her, and I think that once she got me, because she gets the first attack, and then I countered her in the middle of it, and I was like, wait, how the hell did I do that? And I was never able to replicate it.
Yeah, because on the OG version, it was just the attack button, right? It was just like a square, if I'm not mistaken, and that worked most of the time.
Yes,
that did work. I didn't quite get the timing in her second phase because she gets faster, but in the first phase I was able to pull it off quite consistently. But the winning the boss fight, I just was away from her most, like was far away, so she never even tried to close the gap. She also she kind of like sidestepped away from her cover a lot, so I can just shoot her in the back of the head like every time.
Yes, I noticed that as well.
And I was like, that did not happen in the OG. Like, what happened here? Like, I did.
Yeah, that almost seemed like a glitch. Like she'd kind of walk away from the tree she's hiding behind, so that it's like she's up against cover, but it's just the back of her head is totally exposed. Like she's standing just in general with her back away from you.
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't know really why that happened. It's safe to assume they nerfed every Ross. I think they just nerfed them because you're allowed to use modern control schemes, pretty much. I think
I mean, except for the boss, who I think, aside from her just like leaving her head a sitting duck, I think she's actually harder because the CQC is a lot harder to pull off.
Well, I found it way easier to just keep my distance, and she, like in the fight that I won, she didn't even try to do CQC.
Really?
It was just so far away all the time with my mouse and the gun that I didn't need to do the CQC. She didn't even fucking touch me. I think she shot me once with the Patriot, and that's it.
I found she would still do the like, here I come, and then she'd charge at you, and you gotta get ready to do the CQC, and Yeah, but
Yeah,
I did find that it was in general harder to counter her.
Oh, the CQC
You can
for
counter
sure.
her first. You can counter her first hit pretty reliably, but I don't know if the countering her after the first hit was something they added, or because I don't think I've ever done that in the original. Like I think she's always just like, once she's got me, she's got me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone in the chat who has parried the boss mid CQC, but it's not something I was ever able to pull off. But I did do it one time by accident in this one.
I think it's just the modern controls. A lot of them do their annoying move rotations a lot less. Well, the thing is, I just thought that happened less because I just fucking bullied them into submission so quickly. So I don't know. Maybe I would need to like test this more and let them just do their thing for a while. But for the most part, I just stopped them from doing what they were doing because I was able to shoot them so quickly. Someone in chat mentioned Volgan. Volgan was like piss easy. Because you could just go down and aim at him super quickly. But I think they made him get up quicker because I wasn't able to like peacefully aim at his head with the Mosin Nagant while going into first person. So I just kind of equipped the gun and did like no scope, which still worked, but it was a bit slower than aiming at his head, obviously. But yeah,
I noticed that as well. I could never use my scope for the Mosin Nagant on Volgan. I had to just aim. But I mean, you're close enough that it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, I just in the OG, I kind of aimed in his general direction without the scope, then switched to the scope and just did the deed. Which there didn't seem to be time to do in the remake. That's actually a good point. Getting up quicker means it's easier also, since it's a timed fight. That's true, actually. It wastes less time. Didn't you think about that? That's a good point.
I don't think I've ever run out of time against Volgan.
Yeah, that would be really embarrassing.
You ran out of time?
Yeah.
I did. I did.
The OG.
Me too. Yep. Yeah, that is pretty embarrassing.
Now it is Marc who is the pro gamer with elite skills.
You played MGS3 more than us, pretty much.
I mean, I don't know. Have
I? And I guess it can be. I guess it's because you know, like before the Volgan boss fights, you just hang around watching the cutscene, and like in the times where you press the shoulder button to see the sorrow just indicating the timer, it's like, oh man, I really gotta hurry this along, do I?
The sorrow is so funny after you have this boss fight. He's just in the background holding up the sign with the timer like a goober. He's like, look at the time.
Hurry up.
He likes to have fun.
Yeah, apparently so, yeah. Good stuff. Also, you guys just keep talking. I need to use the bathroom real quick.
All right. I mean, I guess there's not too much else to say about boss fights. I don't know. I don't know where to go next because I'm not sure what Metal's topic list looks like, and I don't want to jump way ahead of where we're supposed to be going. But I don't know. I guess everyone in chat, have you guys been playing the game? What are your thoughts on it? Are we being too hard on it, too easy on it? I know that people, I guess, have thoughts on the censorship, but have we gotten much? Has anyone, I guess, had any like major performance issues that we didn't cover here, or have any like major criticism of the gameplay things that we've already gone over? Because I think in general the way the metagames probably not the right term for it, but systems like camouflage and the radio I think are just better here. Like, I mean, granted, it's got the benefit of having all that design behind it, so I'm not saying that Hideo Kojima couldn't possibly do this well. It's like, no, it's nothing like that. It's just, well, they found a way to kind of streamline the experience in a way that I think didn't hurt it. But yeah, I think my major issues with this game are just stuff like the performance not being rock solid and the price being like way too high. But other than that, I think this is quite a good little product that they made here.
Yeah, I think we were being fair with it as far as our criticisms go. Like, this is a near perfect version of MGS3. Like, they really need to work on, the performance, and really just have to, like, really, other than that, I don't have much else to add to that. Like,
Add
really,
boob jiggle. Take the time.
yeah, add boob jiggle, take the time. Right. It's yeah, they delivered like a pretty solid product, just not at $70.
Yeah, like, I
I,
mean, and I think that, like, the big thing is, especially when people say, "Oh, well, this is a completely from the ground up remake." It's like, it's not though, because the voice acting, the cutscene direction, oh god, what was the other thing I was going to say? Level design, like all that stuff is already done, and you do not have to pay people to then do that. And clearly, they could have made the decision to pass those development savings on to the customer, or to have that be something that allows them to make more money just because. And they chose the we just want to make more money, fuck you, and that's not cool. I think that, I get it, like businesses have to make money. I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but it's like there's a way to make money on the things that,
Hello.
yeah, make an appropriate amount of money on the thing that you're making that doesn't upset your customer, and there's cheating your customer. And I think that, like, the price this launched at, you could make the argument is a little bit of them cheating us to be like, oh, whatever, people will pay it. It's Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And they did pay. Apparently, they sold 1 million copies of this.
Oh, yeah. Metal Gear Solid 3 is a popular game.
Yeah.
I like this remake more than the RE4 one. Well, as far as remakes go, like, I do feel more comfortable calling the remakes of the original Resident Evil and RE4 complete remakes, because with RE2 and RE3, well, like, really, you're getting less as far as RE3 remake goes. But yeah, they're more or less just reimaginings, not full on remakes.
Yeah, well,
Like,
and I think Resident Evil 2, while I think the remake is good, it does kind of like limit the things you can do, like the different scenarios and stuff. And I'm back and forth on whether or not that was the right decision to make. But 4, honestly, I think my biggest problem with 4 is the no laser sights on everything.
yeah, basically.
Give us back our
It's
laser sights.
yeah, just
I
give
don't
us
care if
that.
it's silly.
Maybe it's on the easier difficulty, I'm not sure. But even then, still, like, yeah, I feel comfortable calling those full-on remakes, because, like, as far as Resident Evil 4 goes, the original, that really set the standard for the series going forward with third-person over-the-shoulder gameplay. And yeah, just having that implemented into RE2 and 3, like, really, those are reimaginings, not remakes. And this remake, yeah, it's very much a one-to-one.
Yeah, it's closer to like the Demon Souls style remake of, like, it's pretty much just the original game, but with nicer graphics. And I know some Demon Souls fans say that the art direction's not as good, so let's say different graphics to just make it
Yeah.
more of a reasonable take. But I think, though, that this, like, ultimately, I think this is the right way to do Metal Gear Solid 3, because if they change too much, I probably would be less positive on it. Like, even if it was ultimately good, I'd be like, yeah, well, I mean, at a certain point, are you making Metal Gear Solid 3 if you've changed the story and you've changed the way things happen, the way Resident Evil 4 does? Like, Resident Evil 4, the original, has a lot of things that are not in the remake, and the remake has a lot of things that are not in the original. So it's, I don't know. It's like, that is like almost like a totally different game that just has some of the same areas, same characters, and similar gameplay, but it's a much different experience. Whereas I think Metal Gear Solid 3, this is a similar enough experience that I don't think you would be wrong in saying, yeah, just every time I replay Resident Evil 3, Metal Gear Solid 3, I'm going to play this version. I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. Like, I don't think you're really missing out on too much by not playing the original, aside from a bit of boob jiggle.
Yeah. Yeah, if people ask for remakes, they always say, I just want the same game with nicer graphics, and that's kind of what you get here. pretty much a 1-to-1 copy. Let's say like
Yeah.
a 95% copy of the base game. And
Dead Space, I think, is the one that actually went above and beyond and did like I think Dead Space Remake actually is better than the original Dead Space,
Yeah.
and that is not
Yeah.
something that's very common, where they change a bunch of stuff, but most of the changes are significantly for the better. With I think Dead Space, the big thing being that like the Ishimura is like totally explorable. I think that's huge.
Yeah. It's basically the best of the first two Dead Space games. And yeah, of course, like they did take an aspect from the Resident Evil 2 reimagining that, yeah, everything is explorable. Yeah, like you could just go back to one point at any time.
Yeah.
Could you not do that in the original Resident Evil 2? I feel like you could.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, except for once you get to the lab. But granted, it's been a
Yeah.
long time since I played OG Resident Evil 2. But anyways, I'm not prepared for that discussion, I guess. It's even been a while since I played the remake. to be honest.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I mean, at least I had the worry that they make it like weird open world without the transitions and stuff like that, which thankfully they didn't do, because that would change the game quite heavily. No, they had to remake. It would have made changes like quite significantly, because obviously one section doesn't account for the other section unless you're already in an alarm state. So if you like, they still have like the thing where you have like this one room, this one map that's like a puzzle in itself. You figure that out, go to the next, and then you can think anew. Because if they would have done it in like a open world thing, it's like one big box, and then I don't know.
Yeah, alert phases would be much more difficult to handle if
exactly.
you couldn't just get into the next area and have the enemies kind of be reset and not the same ones chasing you that were just behind you. Granted, your alert phase transitions over, but you are given a bit of leeway in that regard. I think though there's a decent question in the chat that that people seem to have, or like Sharasite says remakes are not supposed to always be the exact same game, and Morphbox says why remake the game at all. I think that comes down to like what is the philosophy that your remake is going for. And when you're remaking a really good game and you're just deciding to say, okay, we're just going to make an updated version of this game, I think that again kind of brings up the discussion of like what makes a remake versus a remaster, which I think is a bit of a gray area in a lot of projects cases. But I think that with something like Metal Gear Solid 3, where as much as like I've played the original Metal Gear Solid 3 a whole bunch of times and I think it's a really good game with really good gameplay, I also understand that like there's a lot of people that are just not going to be up for learning how a game like that controls. So making a version that has much more approachable controls for like, yeah, like I want to say modern audiences because that's kind of a meme, but you know, like for people who like did not play video games in the early 2000s, right? Like people that might be just coming to the series for the first time. I think that that's not only a laudable goal, but it's something that you also can get something out of as a person who has played the game a bunch. Because like I do think that this game controls quite well, and ultimately, if you said, "Hey, which one has a better control system, Metal Gear Solid 5 or Metal Gear Solid 3?" I would say 5 every time. Like it just does, and this one is like Delta is a lot closer to Metal Gear Solid 5 from a gameplay and control standpoint. The other aspect is, are you doing a remake to improve on something or make something better or realize a creative vision that just wasn't possible at the time or they didn't think of at the time? And I think that honestly the only one that I can really cite for that is Dead Space, where I think like they actually kind of delivered on what the first game was going for in a way that was more effective. That's not very common though, and I think that ultimately the safer thing to do, if you're remaking a game that does play really well and like isn't the kind of thing that will alienate new players to any major degree, is just a good remaster as opposed to a remake. Like clean up the graphics a bit, more specifically do things like add better performance options and scalability, which is like one of the reasons why like we have Miss Slaughter on pretty often, and I think Night Dive is like the best at doing that. They just take what the game was and make a version of it that is just better to be running on modern systems. Like I don't think I'm ever going to play the original release of Quake ever again. because the Quake remaster is that same game. It just scales much better and runs much better and looks a little bit cleaner, but ultimately it still looks like the same game. And yeah, so I think that there's a few ways to approach a remake, I guess is kind of what I'm getting at.
Absolutely, yeah.
Remake slash a re-project, remake slash remaster.
We just remake the game to be exactly the same as from Swirlpool, by the way. Invalidates the original, even the RE4 and RE4 remake. When you look up the game, RE4 remake comes up, not the OG in a lot of cases.
I mean, I say Resident Evil 4 is one where like I think there's tons of reasons to still play the original Resident Evil 4. I think that remake, while fun, is like it's pretty different as an experience than the original RE4. I don't think it replaces it at all.
I've been able to play Turok on modern hardware, and it plays buttery smooth.
And that's that Turok is a Night Dive remaster, so that's an example of what they do, where it's just, hey, remember this N64 game that ran at 20 frames a second, even though it was a first-person shooter? Well, now you can run it at 165 frames a second, 4K, and it's upscale and it doesn't look weird, and everything works properly.
Yeah. Whether
hey, like I mean, if you're what you're talking about though is sorry, go ahead, Metal.
Oh, just tell that. I guess it's just part of the cause. If you do a remake and if new people are looking for the game, obviously the new one is gonna pop up more. I think that's just the way it works. The thing is, it can go the other way as well. If the remake is garbage, like if you Google for it, there's probably gonna be an entry immediately. It says, yeah, just don't bother with this one. Go get the old one. And I think it was a super chat that we will read later, but it kind of goes into this problem when they make a remake and then just make the original unavailable right after.
Yeah,
that's like a whole other problem. I think James had it in a super chat here earlier, which we can talk about when we get there. But it's pretty shitty when they do that, because a lot of people like game preservation. I'm a big fan of that, and if they just make it unavailable, it's just kind of ass. Which fortunately we don't have with this one. You can still get like you can get a version of the of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on Steam with the Legacy Collection, Master Collection.
No, the Legacy Collection was the PS3 kind of collection with all of them in it. That actually one of the games that if you sorry, I guess this is a bit of a tangent, but if you get the Legacy Collection now, like buy it off eBay or something, that copy of Metal Gear Solid 1 is completely unusable because it's a download code on the PS3 store, which is closed now.
Expired. Man, that sucks.
I had that problem at some point, yeah. I don't know if it was Metal Gear or one of the God of War games. I got one of the two. I got one of the collections, and I was like, "Oh, that
Origins collections, probably the PSP
yeah."
ones.
And it was like a sealed copy as well, but you were just not allowed to. Yeah, you couldn't download it anymore, which kind of sucked.
Right.
Yep. That's why when I say things like, yeah, the console version to me often will now feel like the demo or the early access version of a game that will eventually properly release. That kind of thing is what I'm talking about, because
right,
PS3 wasn't that long ago, everybody. Like you should still be able to get games on that store if it's a platform that you want to still use, or if you say, I don't know, get something that was a digital download code as a like sold in a physical copy. It sucks that those are all now just scrap paper.
Yeah,
they're useless.
Really annoying.
Well, thankfully we have RPCS3 emulation for that, and yeah, as far as emulating, well, not emulating, re-releasing the other Metal Gear games go for a Master Collection Volume 2. Yeah, they're very much gonna have to take emulation from RPCS3 to get Peace Walker and Metal Gear Solid 4, just to have it on modern systems. And I'd say like the most likely scenario, like Delta is doing very well. They would very likely do a remake of MGS2 or MGS4. Like really, I'm just gonna call it now. Like as far as like title pitches go, like have it be called have the MGS2 remake be called Metal Gear Solid Zeta Sons of Liberty, or MGS4 Metal Gear Solid Omega Guns of the Patriots.
Right.
They might just keep going with Delta, like just like to have that be the branding.
Maybe, yeah.
Swoolpoo just mentioned something there. I mean, emulation isn't necessarily a great answer. Several games don't exist or barely work. Well, I mean, the versions of like Metal Gear Solid 1 that like is in that you can buy on Steam right now, it's just an emulated version of the PS1 version. Like it's not they didn't rebuild that game from the ground up. And likewise with every single game you get on Switch for the Nintendo Online store, like that's emulation. Like
It would be
emulation technology. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it just would be definitely better if you could just buy them still, of course. But a lot of time, in a lot of cases, it's just the only way to actually play the game is to find it somewhere online and just emulate it. I mean, if I can look at Nintendo, there's a couple of games which they only give you as an emulation, and then you just can't buy a proper copy anymore. Like,
well, I mean, and that's more the distinction I was making, that it's like emulation is a technology that is sold to people as new, sold to people or rented to people as like new releases. So like emulation isn't necessarily like, oh, well, that doesn't count. It's like, you probably have played a whole bunch of games that were like, if you've played backwards compatible games, depending on the game and the platform, it's very likely you've played through an emulated game without really even realizing it.
Yeah, I think Nintendo actually uses a lot of emulated. I think the Wii U games they sold online, I think they were on like their own emulation software or something. If I remember correctly, I would need to check that, but that's something that's how I remember it at least.
Well, I mean, I heard that one of the things that the reasons why they were suing the Nintendo Switch emulators was to get control of their code to get their backwards compatibility for Switch 1 games on Switch 2 going. So it's like, well, like, so maybe emulation is an important thing, Nintendo, because if you didn't have those guys to sue, would you have done all that work, or would you just say, no, Switch 2, it's the new Switch, so your old Switch, you've got that old Switch for the Switch 1 games. Also, you can buy a new, now more expensive Switch 1 if you want.
Bullshit.
As you can tell, this is getting more into the discussion around the game than the game itself, because again, it's just a lot of the things we already discussed on last week's Forge. Because the gameplay is pretty much the same and everything, so it's more interesting to go into all the things around it with this.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit more streamlined, easily accessible, menus with cure and saving and all. Yeah, like again, it's a near perfect version of the MGS3. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's some optimization away from like actually just being a perfect version of it.
Yeah.
I guess like, I mean, maybe like probably the big thing to criticize as like what would make this version not as good as the other ones would be the bullet drop. Like if that's something that just really bothers you, then it's like, well, yeah, I mean, that's going to bother you, and that's reasonable too. Like I could I can understand that being something you're like, now, like I hate having to account for bullet drop on the Hush Puppy, and I think the thing I don't like most about that is sometimes it'll randomize like RNG your lateral position of it. So like even if it's not just up and down, it's like it'll kind of be like, well, no, now this one went off to the right a little, which maybe a bit more realistic for firing a dart in like debatable wind conditions, but I don't know that necessarily made the game any better. Like,
yeah, I mean, personally, I just adapted rather quickly to it. So
same, yeah. Which is
that bad.
I'm just acknowledging that some people might be more bothered by it.
Oh,
and
for
that they're
sure.
okay
for sure.
to,
yeah,
you're okay to think that. That's okay.
Yeah. I did notice a couple of voice lines that where they used different takes. I'm pretty sure there was like some.
Or in the case of Major Zero in the beginning, like they did some weird sentence splicing, like YouTube poop style. It's so weird. Yeah, like it's when it's at the very beginning when you retrieve your backpack and you he tells you about equipping weapons from the backpack. Like your available weapons will be displayed in a list on a screen. And yeah, like he said that so strangely. Like it's very weird sentence splicing. Like, yeah, I've heard YouTube poops into like very more fluid
I'll be right
sentence mixing than that. Like even my AVGN ship post on Dustborn, where I got to James to say Dustborn, like that was a lot more fluid than that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, there's some pronunciations and stuff and deliveries that I noticed were a little bit different. I think the Khrushchev
Right.
guy, he had some different takes which they used, but yeah, overall they used pretty much the exact same voice lines. I would say like in 95% of the game. Obviously, I didn't listen to every single codec and
Yeah, like it's pretty
conversation.
obvious that they did bring some of the original cast back. Though I did wish they could have gotten like Time Winters to, voice Major Zero if they're gonna do like you know, like new dialogue for Zero.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like Time Winters, like he did a really good job playing as Zero in the Truth Records for MGSV. And yeah, like if they didn't want to get Jim Paddock back, like they could have just used Time Winters to just do some new dialogue for Zero. And as far as like the newer dialogue goes, like with Paramedic, like I love the reference that they did to Godzilla -1. Like it'll it'll likely win awards all across the globe in 60 years, and that 2024 will be Godzilla's 70th birthday.
Ah.
And
Okay, see, I didn't
yeah,
even
that
listen
is
to those ones again. I just skipped them all because I thought it was just all the same. So
yeah,
I probably skipped that because I just wanted to save,
yeah.
and then just like, yeah, I've heard that.
Like yeah, that was really clever that they referenced that.
So I did learn about one re-recorded voice line that I think is honestly probably a bigger argument for censorship.
Oh.
If you call Eva after you eat a calorie mate, in the old one, he basically says like, yeah, and it's a good way to be able to keep track of your calories. And in the
Mhm.
original, she says, "Are you saying I'm fat?" And in this one, she says, "Are you saying I'm overweight?"
Oh, really? That's so lame.
Yeah, which like talk about like a useless change. It's like, well, did you just like want
Yeah.
to give her something to do? Like, so you wanted to hire that lady again?
I think I think what's really funny is that they kept Jodie Benson's, alias Suzette Meunier for the role of Eva in this one. Like they didn't change it to Jodie Benson. They did reveal that it was her in a behind the scenes video for Delta. Yep, that is her. Ariel the Little Mermaid is Eva.
Interesting. Did you
I
just
did not
assume her
realize that
weight?
she did that same voice.
Yep. Yeah, like she basically said herself that she shared it with her son, and she got cool mom points for that.
Well, I guess Ariel was probably a pretty easy gig to do. She can't speak for most of the movie.
True, true. What you can do is put on the legacy filter though, so you have a bit more of the old style lighting going
you get
on.
you get the partial sepia piss filter.
Yeah.
And I think it looks better.
Definitely matches the style way better than before.
Like yeah, it is the 60s after all.
Yeah, there's piss everywhere.
It's more just like that old style film look, like less color correction going on.
Oh yeah, the talking about style, the end sequence where you go where you're at the boss's grave. They could just kind of made that look normal, you know.
Oh yeah, they did carry that through in the PS2 original. Like yeah, they had that original like lighting and subsistence and the original for the with the Blue Point HD remaster. Like they really oversaturated the light. Like wow, that is like the ultimate god rays. And with Delta, they pretty much just fixed it to be more in tune with the original.
Toned it down.
Yeah, very very much less style than normal because it was like almost like completely white in the background just to make it look more well stylized, as I said. yeah, here it just looks like, yeah, it's Unreal Engine 5, pretty trees in the background. It's like, okay, kind of lame.
Like what's really funny is that I believe they did use the Fox engine for recreating the MGS3 cutscenes in that Pachinko machine.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Like
they did.
they really could have just used those pretty much.
Well, I mean, I think again that it just kind of makes me wonder. It's like, what really like? I almost want to see the numbers. Like what amount of money were you looking to spend to get people to do this as a Fox engine, like or even Metal Gear Solid 5 mod, versus how much it costs to redo this whole game in UE5? And I don't know. I'd be interested to see like the specifics of that, because
That will be interesting.
generally the argument you'll get, like if you say, yeah, the Fox engine was definitely a better engine, I found out over the internet a whole lot of people who really love UE5, and I don't understand exactly why. And what they will often say is like, well, it would have taken this game like another 6 years to develop if they had to do it on Fox engine. I'm like, what? I don't know if I believe that though. Like, because again, like I think if you just use the basic gameplay framework of Metal Gear Solid 5, like that's a whole shitload of the work that's already done.
Yeah.
And as Justin was saying, you've already got character models for at least Boss and Snake. I'm not sure how many of the cinematics they actually redid, but I know that the thing from the Pachinko machine that I saw was like the end boss fight scene. Like that is 100% in there, and it looked awesome. And I don't think that this game looks much better, if any better than that. So, but we threw optimization out with the bathwater.
Right.
You could also see the fear fight in the footage there right now. I actually stun lock him here there. No, I'm actually glad I saw that. I don't know what they did. So if you look at this right now, he's just there. I shoot him again.
So
shoot him again.
Makes an easy boss fight and even easier boss fight.
I looped him in an animation loop for some reason. I don't know what happened there. But
oh no, it's his head. Oh, I thought those were his feet that were flipping up and down there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he
I was like, damn, metal.
Unfortunately, he gets away at some point, and I think he eats something and is almost full. And I got scared.
And again, like you can't exploit that. Like it's really just if he goes for food and he eats poison like a dumbass, he'll suffer for it.
I threw a poison frog at him every single time, and he never ate it. I was like, oh man, I didn't get that to work even once.
Oh, I think I do this in this fight actually. It just and then he
didn't work for me.
Poisoned.
But yeah, like you let him do it on his own, then yeah, he'll poison himself like a dumbass.
Oh my god, I'm actually running low on ammo there. Wait, what did I do here? Oh yeah, there.
Yeah, I think I took him out with CQC on hard mode because I ran out of Hush Puppy rounds and I couldn't find any ammo in the arena.
I don't think. Yeah, same. I have no shots left here. Actually, what did I do in this fight? Did I find some ammo? Actually, don't remember.
Yeah, I did hear that you can torch him easily. Like, yeah, you just use the torch and you just set him on fire. Like,
oh,
that's
really?
Easy. Yeah.
Does that do health damage or stamina damage?
Health damage.
Health damage for sure.
Yeah, so like I mean, I would have easily been able to kill him if I was trying to kill him. It's just I ran out of trank dart ammo, and then was like, man, what am I gonna do? I think I did get him with one stun grenade and then CQC'd him, and then other than that, I just had to wait until he was on the ground and get to him and throw him before he could eat anything.
Yeah.
See, optimization for those who know or care. UE5 can be optimized, but that requires giving a shit. I played Expedition 33, and that is so far the most optimized UE5 game I've played.
Yeah, Expedition 33 ran pretty well.
Some people can get it running. Didn't the Ninja Gaiden Black have a UE5 thing over it, on top of it?
Yeah. And I gotta wonder how much of that was down to like the original Ninja Gaiden 2 running on running on top of the original Ninja Gaiden 2 and just being like a facelift essentially, and how much of it was like no, like this is a game that like was built from the ground up on UE5. We just managed to import the physics model so that it felt the same and blah blah blah, you know. But I'm not that techie enough to at least know the specific answer to that.
I didn't even
I
play the
am
game that
techie
much,
enough to
so-
know when a game I'm playing is running like crap, and Silent Hill 2 Exhibit A. But I didn't have any performance issues with Ninja Gaiden Black though, or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Too Furious.
Yeah, good old UE5. Can't wait for UE6 to be even worse or something.
I mean, yeah, like
Uh,
Tim Sweeney could break the internet by just making UE6 the most optimized game engine ever to exist.
yeah, imagine that. Imagine optimization or compression for video games when you download them. That'd be crazy.
Well, I mean, like he released a statement pretty recently saying that one of the things that developers need to start doing, which I mean, I think if this was something that was known, he maybe should have been making this clear to like the majority of the industry that's been switching to his engine, but to start with your lowest spec target and then scale up from there. Whereas a bunch of developers apparently like starting with the highest possible spec and then optimizing down from there, which I mean, the results seem to speak for themselves as far as that goes. But I think that like it's worth noting that the vast majority of people are not playing on the highest end spec. Like it's not even close either. So it's not like, well, I mean, 40% of the world are using 5090s, but like everyone else is, they're on like 4090s. It's like no. Like most people are using like 3060s. I think as far as like the most commonly used GPU, at least as far as like the Steam surveys go. And with consoles, it's like, well, none of the consoles, even the PS5 Pro, are like at the top end of PC specs. So why is that the thing that you're shooting for and then scaling down from there? Like it's silly.
Yeah. Good old optimization. To be honest, we already talked about everything that I had on my list according to this. If you got anything else, throw it out there because my list has been listed. Check.
We could talk about the Doc Savage minigame.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah. Go right ahead.
That's worth talking about. So, Platinum Games, who made Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, at least as far as their Metal Gear experience, and as well as are co-developing Ninja Gaiden 4, remade the dream sequence that I believe has not been in the game for a while because it's not in the HD collection, is it?
It was always in the PS2 version.
Yeah, so and PS2 only? Like, was it in substance or only in like the original Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater?
Well, I know I have it in the Snake Eater version because I remember playing it on my physical copy back in the day.
As do I. I don't remember ever playing it since, though.
Well, I haven't played the game since, so I don't have any other reference points.
I think it was in Subsistence as well, because I did boot up Subsistence in PCXX 2. And yeah, like that Guy Savage minigame there, that was pretty fun. And playing the newer version in Delta, that is something that I wouldn't mind just playing a full game around. Like really should have been Konami's own equivalent to Capcom's Devil May Cry. And I know they were trying to do that with Castlevania at some point, but I don't know.
And I mean, actually, that's kind of what I was going to say. I was like, if Konami were smart, they'd be like, hey, look, why don't we take that Doc Savage thing and expand it out a bit, and we'll just have that be a new Castlevania game, because we haven't really done anything with Castlevania in a little bit, aside from the Netflix show. So maybe people hunger for another revival of like old Konami franchise, and Castlevania being a pretty good one. And I think that maybe staying away from 2D Castlevania, at least for a bit, might be a good idea, because I think that it will definitely have to compete with Silksong.
Oh yeah. Something I noticed while I was streaming this and going into the Savage game is that it actually opens up a completely new EXE. So I was doing the thing, and my stream was a black screen the whole time, and I didn't notice. And people are just like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh shit, that's like different," because the the window is
Wow, that's crazy. No, I didn't notice that.
yeah, the window is named differently. So OBS was like, "I can't see anything," so to give it the last the the command, the drop downs like, "Hey, you need to look at this now." So yeah, it loads a completely new program, it seems, which is kind of interesting.
Huh. Neat. Well, maybe they are planning to do something with it. Just to quickly address, Swalpool just said, "Isn't Bloodstain the new Castlevania?" So Bloodstain was made by Koji Igarashi, who made like Symphony of the Night, Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Dawn of Sorrow, Aria of Sorrow, and Dawn of Sorrow. I think I got all of them. But and then Bloodstain though is his own IP though, so it has nothing to do with Konami at all. So it is a spiritual successor to Castlevania, but it is not branded Castlevania, I guess would be the way to put it.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, and I guess more importantly for Konami, they're not making any money off Bloodstain games.
Yeah, the Savage game, really fun to play. It felt really fucking good, and I was like, holy shit, yeah, this is definitely platinum. Some neat combos. You got some nice visuals and very fluent. And I was sad when it was over so quickly because it was really fun. It was really fun to play.
Wow.
It is nice though that you can launch it from the main menu of the game after
you
you
can
finish it.
fuck
So
around with it,
you don't have to just make sure you never delete that prison room save file. Like you can just fire it up after you've beaten the game. You can just play it whenever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that they put that in there. Isn't he making Bloodstain 2? Yeah, pretty much.
Think
That
so.
new one. What was it called again? Bloodstained.
It's the one where you're playing as 2 characters, I believe.
Stained again.
I forget what the name of it is, but I think it's coming out next year.
The Scarlet Experiment.
That is.
Oh no, the Scarlet Engagement.
Oh
yeah,
it was Scarlet something.
Yeah, the Scarlet
Engagement. At least that sounded very familiar once you said Scarlet Experiment. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds right.
Maybe Konami would contact Platinum to make a full guy Savage game. They should just make another Metal Gear Revengeance game.
Revengeance, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I think though that if they did just take the Guy Savage game and made it a Castlevania game and released that and made it kind of like an Easter egg that Snake was in Delta at least is dreaming of Castlevania.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I mean, they were directly referencing Dracula, and before going into it.
Well, who knows?
Yeah, because
I guess like
need to talk to paramedic first. Tells you about Dracula, and it's like, spooky, and then he gets a nightmare, a good nightmare, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's a win waiting for them right there. But Konami though has never failed to disappoint me. Never failed to disappoint. Sometimes there's just an easy win right in front of them, and they just decide, well, no.
No, we will not.
But I mean, hey, like I'm hearing good things about Silent Hill F's performance, so let's hope the rest of the game is also good. But you can always turn it around, Konami.
Right.
You were once great. You can be great again. Make Konami great again.
That was such a.
It's their fault for not having their name start with a vowel.
True.
Right.
We should kill them for that. What?
Well, no.
No? Okay. So just spitballing.
No murder. We don't condone murder here.
Just brainstorming.
No murders. Yeah, don't brainstorm murder.
Fine, I'm sorry, I guess. I'll officially apologize, blah, blah, blah.
Although I think what's the internet world, as long as you say like in Minecraft afterwards, it's not technically a threat.
Hassan, I will find you and kill you. In Minecraft, right? No!
In real life!
So
I'm gonna fucking shoot up a Walmart!
For those who don't know, we're referencing that's Sam Hyde challenging Hassan Piker to a boxing.
Oh, fucking love that. It's so funny.
The guy interviewing is like, you mean in Minecraft, right? He's like, no, in real life.
No!
At his house. It's one of those things that could come off as such a threat, but I think the way he said it was so funny that it's like, yeah, that's still joking around.
Yeah.
At that point.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah. Any other comments? Because I got nothing else. We talked about all the things I had on my mind. And
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's too much else I really wanted to address.
yeah.
I mean, I guess this is
Yeah.
I guess a bit short for a Forge, but that's actually why I kind of came to the realization we were in the middle of last week's episode. It's like, yeah, we probably could have just done that then.
Probably could have done
Oh, the
one
intro theme
longer.
song? Yeah, okay, yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
actually,
they did record
Probably-
the intro theme.
Probably
It's the
that
same
is
singer.
actually the thing that bothered me the most about it, to the point that I blocked it from my mind. So yeah, they re-recorded the Snake Eater theme. I was incorrect about it being a different singer. Like I actually didn't realize it was Cynthia Harold that sung it. I thought it was
Oh,
Donna
yeah.
Burke in the original, but I think that might have just been me hearing her version of it that's in Metal Gear Solid 5 and just, I guess, processing that as what the original
Right.
version was. But that was my mistake. However, I do think Cynthia Harold's original recording of it was a lot better.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
like
Night and day.
hearing the new recording, it does sound like something that you would hear from her live on stage.
Okay.
Like the original is just so much better.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I'm not saying that like this new one is horrible. Like it really is just night and day.
I think it's like she gets fancier with it in some spots that I'm just like, no, you didn't have to look. It's fine.
Yeah, like
you
yeah,
didn't have to go
like,
that hard.
just delivering the lyrics in a different inflection.
It kind of seemed like there was a big element of like trying hard to make it different when it's like, but the original was like amazing. So.
Yeah.
I actually put it on my
Yeah.
Spotify playlist after I played the game. I was like, this shit bangs. I forgot about how awesome the song is.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you always just remember the meme, pretty much. It's like every time a ladder comes out, it was like, what a thrill. I was like, yeah, big ladder. I got it. And then you listen to the song again,
Yep.
it's like, holy shit, this rules.
Yeah. Yeah, this slaps.
Yeah. I mean, the one in the remake is not like awful or bad or anything, but the original one is just so much better. Snake Clanker. Oh yeah, we memed about different versions of this, and for some reason, someone in chat said Snake Clanker, and that just cracked me up, and I just had that in my brain for a while. Snake Clanker.
I mean, I guess, yeah, this is arguably I guess Solid Snake, nothing really happens to him. That does become some degree of Clanker. Venom Snake has the prosthetic limb. I guess, oh, Big Boss, I guess, has the eye. I don't know if they ever switch it with a robot eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
Maybe they do. We don't know what he was doing from the 80s to 20XX.
Yeah, I basically just picked up from the get-go of MGSV that, nah, like, we're not playing as the Big Boss. We're playing as our avatar with the guise of Big Boss.
I knew there was something going on. I was not 100% sure what it was going to be until, like, the end, though. But, I mean, I posted, actually, in our Discord that video going over why, like, there's the theory that you're actually playing, like, Venom Snake is Gray Fox. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it, but they make some pretty compelling arguments and ways that
yeah,
actually, like, add a lot of narrative value to some of the other games, too. Like, one of Liquid Snake's big things is that he's pissed at Snake for killing Big Boss before he could, because he wanted revenge against Big Boss. And the Big Boss he's referring to that he interacts with a whole bunch in Metal Gear Solid 5 is Venom Snake. And if Gray Fox is Venom Snake, then Liquid actually does get the revenge he wanted. He just doesn't realize it because Liquid's the one who kills Gray Fox.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah. And again, like, the best man for the job.
Yep.
Like, he's always our best soldier.
And who is the best soldier in Foxhound? The only one who was rewarded the call sign of Fox. It's Gray Fox.
Yep.
Gray Fox.
So it's like, did Big Boss have two best soldiers he's ever worked with, or?
Well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, I guess I'm here. I could post the link for that in the YouTube because I realize there's people questioning that theory. But it would take a long time to go into all the details for it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's well over an hour long, but it is an interesting.
I need to replay all the games, which is a thing that replaying this made me think about. It's like, man, I should do like a Metal Gear marathon and play them all in a row or something. When there's like
sorry.
Jesus.
Oh Jesus!
I'm just finding that link.
Okay.
I thought it's fucking over.
Yeah, just playing all the Metal Gear games again. Like it's now just rejuvenated that creative spark for me. Like, yeah, I finally got around to, writing my MGS2 analysis again.
Yeah, it's nice. The thing is, I'm just interested in going through them because I kind of want to see if I can figure out if any of the things people do in these games add up and make sense. Because I feel like it's probably going to break in a couple of parts, especially with all the different things that happened in between all the games, and then I don't know, so many moving parts. It's kind of nuts to go around and figuring that out. And I think just doing that for the totality of the games is probably going to be really tough to do.
I mean, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 you could knock out pretty quickly. 4 takes a fair amount of time, but mostly because of very, very lengthy cinematics.
Yeah.
And 5 and Peace Walker, though, those are the ones that are like that. Those will be tough to stream.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, what I would recommend doing is finish them offline and then just replay the story missions, because that you can access without having to do any of the like grinding work in between. And then you can do that as a stream and present the story in a way that's like easier to follow.
Yeah, like structurally, Peace Walker and Metal Gear Solid 5 are very long.
Well, I guess I have to talk to these disgusting people in chat when I do that. Ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's another thing you could probably do a whole stream that's just like Metal Gear Solid 5, like materials, farming stream, and just mostly make it a chat stream.
Right.
But yeah, maybe I'll find a good spot, like a month or something, like a Metal Gear month or something. But yeah, that should be fun, I guess. I mean, I know I can bang out 3 like pretty quickly if I really want to just do the story. Just go very easy, 2 hours, donezo, no problem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even like I skipped a bunch of the cinematics in my hard mode run just because I in the past week had played the original Metal Gear Solid 3 and then another playthrough of Delta. So I was like, okay, some of these cinematics I can just skip right past unless I just felt like watching them. And I think my final game time was like 6 hours. I was like, wow.
I didn't skip them, so I have the footage if we needed them here or something. If there was something that's changed drastically, but all the cutscenes are like just the same.
Right.
But in UE5, so all the
Yeah,
same.
Strider makes a
outfits,
good point. We could maybe do some of the Peace Walker missions co-op. I'd have to see how RCPS3's network play works.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I think you can do online play with it. I think there's some fiddling that you might have to do in order to get it going.
Yeah,
I did get around to playing Metal Gear Online 2 through RPCS3. Like it's through
there you go.
the site. Yeah, Save Metal Gear Online. Yeah, it is really fun. Like I'm just glad that I got to experience something that I totally missed out on.
Nice.
Yeah. And
don't worry, Kevin. We always buy 3 tickets to the MCU movies, even the ones we don't watch.
Yeah, all the time.
It's like, Captain America: Brave New World. I just want to pay for that one again, man.
Oh, that was so good.
Cinema, absolute cinema.
Gross.
But yeah, like going through the monster hunting co-op missions and Peace Walker will definitely be something. Like it is possible to do on your own, but yeah, those are clearly designed to be team-based.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I beat all the Peace Walker bosses on my own. Like, you don't need a co-op partner. I just think it's a thing that you can do, and it's like it's a neat little thing that they threw in there. But I don't think it's required to enjoy it. personally at least.
Yeah. Yeah, like to me though, like when getting through like the tougher versions of the bosses, like yeah, it did feel like yeah, you really need to like have co-op in there. Like you gotta have like more than one.
Oh, I mean, I guess I don't know if I did like it. Is there the same kind of thing there is in Metal Gear Solid 5 where there's like the extreme version of like a boss that you've already beaten?
Oh
Seems like the
yeah.
kind of thing that would be in Peace Walker. Yeah, I don't think I ever did any of those. I just meant more for like getting through the game. I never felt like, oh man, I'm never going to be able to beat this without a second person. It's like, I don't know, it's fine.
I like yeah, it's possible to do on your own. Like I've gone through both versions of Sahelanthropus. Yeah, extreme is like it's pretty much a cakewalk. Like when you have like higher grade weapons and such.
Hmm. I see.
Gotta get those mother base teams going properly.
Yeah.
Big part of the game.
Yeah. So, in conclusion, wait for a sale for this game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's pretty good, but don't pay $80 for it. That's way too much.
Mm.
Yeah, don't pay $70.
I would
Yeah, and
not.
if you're really chomping at the bit to play this, you're like, I don't know, man. Like, I need to play Metal Gear Solid with nicer graphics and like different mechanics immediately. Then you can absolutely wait for a sale.
Yeah.
There's nothing this game is going to show you that is going to blow your mind that you need to see immediately, especially if you've already played the original game. And if you haven't, you've waited 20 years.
Yeah, and
Give
the
it another
original
6 months.
yeah, and the original MGS3 is still there for everyone to enjoy. You know.
Absolutely. And hey, if you get the sale, there's probably been some patches, so it's probably gonna run more stable for other things,
Maybe.
other
Oh yeah.
thingies as
Yeah.
well. So
One would hope.
yeah, unless you have a golden build like I, where for some reason you just don't have any problems at all, which can also happen, but I wouldn't bank on that. That's I think the second time that happened to me. I think back when that last Arkham game came out with the Bat Tank, I could run that without problems for some reason. I had like a golden build back then. So I don't know why it worked, but it worked.
Yeah, I gotta revisit Arkham Knight.
I played that.
I
Like,
remember
halfway
being really
through.
upset by how much I had to use the Batmobile in that game, which I didn't think was going to be my criticism of it, because I was like, finally, we get to ride the Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's like I can take or leave the Batmobile. Like it's as far as gameplay goes, it is pretty much like the best definitive Batman experience.
I replayed Arkham Asylum, I think last year, randomly because I wanted to. And I was like, man, this is really fucking fun. I should play
Yeah.
them again. This game rules. You mean it didn't use 90% of your GPU? It actually did not, no. I think while streaming, I was at like 80%. So it worked very, very well for me, actually. And I had everything on Ultra, so I could have probably saved some more resources by just putting it all on high and not have a noticeable difference there. But yeah, would generally recommend the remake, but yeah, wait for a sale, as we said.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I think it is a good version of the game. It's worth playing if you're a fan. Definitely worth playing if you've never played it before, or if you've never played any Metal Gear game before. I don't know that I'd necessarily recommend starting with this one, but it's earliest along in the timeline, so there's a lot of lore things that you might be missing. But as far as like plot goes, you're at least getting the first step. Although it will make some of the reveals in like Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 a little less impactful.
Right.
But yeah, I'd say that it's definitely a game that is worth purchasing at some point. But considering its remake status, how little it changes, and the fact that the performance is not like rock solid, it's not like a magic item of video game engineering like off the hop. I think you're very safe to like wait till this is like $30.
Yeah, and speaking from someone who experienced Metal Gear Solid 3 through the 3DS version first and then the HD collection.
That's so funny.
Like yeah. That is really funny to me, really. And that is my experience. It's yeah, I definitely say make Snake Eater your first Metal Gear game. But as far as like which version goes, well, yeah, like I'd say like go for the original first, and once you pick up Delta for a sale, like yeah, it's pretty fun to compare and contrast. And yeah, like there are good things, there are bad things, like to just measuring between them.
Nice. Yeah. Well, there you have it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I got a couple of super chats. Gonna read those before we get the hell out of here.
Hooray! Thank you, everybody. In
We got
advance.
Yeah, thank you.
6
Thank you.
months membership from Blankface, just saying penis. Well, thank you for that.
Oh, well, I agree.
Yes.
Then we got 35 Czar by Blankface saying, before you watch the 2016 movie, you need to watch the 2024 movie Memoir of a Snail. I feel that it's more important to consume. I guess we have a new thing that's been recommended multiple times now.
Memoir of a Snail? Why do I feel
Yeah.
like I've not heard that one? Has that just been recommended in your streams, or?
Yeah. I've seen the trailer of that before. It's like I think like a stop motion not clay, just stop motion
Claymation?
thingy, claymation maybe. Yeah, that's been recommended to me a couple of times before. But it never caught my interest. But maybe it is finally time to put that on our list. There you go.
I'm probably going to be pushing The Void, though, because I think that is that's one that I can't believe I'd not heard of before this week, considering how good it ended up being. I was like, wow, very crazy visual effects, makeup stuff in it. And yeah, I don't want to give too much away, though. But you should watch it. Watch The Void.
Got $10 by Dreams. Thank you very much. Destroy All Humans remake rebuilt the game from scratch and got many of the OG VAs to re-record old and new lines. That rules. That's sick. Sold like 30 to $40 when it released. Also, many of the our remake games are reimaginings. Yeah, you can tell at some points. They feel a bit different here and there.
Grave of the Fireflies. Oh, Snake, you masochist. Sadist, I guess, if you want to make us do it. That is such a fucking depressing movie.
Yeah, that really hurts, man.
It's the Ghibli film that makes you want to die.
Ooh.
Impossible. I've seen Marvel movies. They want to make me die every time.
It's a different kind of make you want to die. Like, it's not a bad movie. It's just like, it's so unbelievably sad.
Right.
Yeah. It's the big sad movie.
The big sad. Another $5 from James. Thank you. Saying the big issue with remakes IMO is when the OG game becomes unavailable. That's the thing I eyed while we were talking about it. You can still play OG Dead Space conveniently. You can't for many others. Yeah. I think the first one that I think of, or that I noticed was, I think. No, it's not the first one that I noticed, but one that it comes to mind that did that is when they put out the Dark Souls remaster thingy.
Yeah.
That basically just put the X fix in it or something. I don't know exactly what they did, but you could not buy the version before that anymore, the original version. And funny thing is, the only reason I bought the remaster of that is because I wanted to play a mod that was only available on the remaster. That's the only reason I actually bought that, because I have both versions still.
I mean, that might be the reason I end up buying the new Metal Gear Solid HD collection games at some point, because there's a lot of mods for them now that I can't just fire up on RCPS3. RCPS3.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes,
GTA
retain
collection.
ability to purchase originals. Yeah, the GTA one's probably the big example of.
Yeah.
Oh, but this version's AI upscaled and it crashes a bunch. So why would you want to play the original? It's like, gee, I wonder why.
Yikes.
Why indeed?
Yeah, exactly, James. The remake was made by a mobile company. I remember that being a thing. That was fucking wild. What a train wreck that was. Holy shit. Let's see. $5 from Slumpy. Thank you very much. We should probably remake the Last of Us games a few more times at least. God, we almost got through without mentioning that game. We're almost there. Fuck. God damn it.
I mean, we got through talking about a cinematic stealth action game without mentioning the best cinematic stealth action game ever made. 10 out of 10 masterpiece, game of the generation.
God,
Last of Us Part
never
2.
See that fucking game ever again.
Not everyone is a Kojima. You people will never be
So
Kojima. Just make a good fucking game.
Yeah. God, I hate The Last of Us so much.
Drucker would be like, well, I am a Kojima and I did, so you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no you.
Aren't we all a bit of a Kojimbo?
Yep.
I'm sure we can all agree on that. Yeah, no, I don't. Another $5 by James. Thank you very much. Also, I'm an asshole and try to specifically label if a game is just a remake, remaster, reimagining, then you conflate the later two into the first. I see.
Well, I mean, there is a difference. Like, to the point that I think like different terminology is warranted. I think what makes it sometimes kind of tricky is when the people selling the game don't like clearly label what exactly it is. You know, like there are games that are. Well, I mean, I think Oblivion, right? Like Oblivion is Oblivion remastered, even though like that is one where like a whole bunch of things like from the ground up were changed. So it's like, wait, so is that a remaster or a remake? Because it seems more like a remake, but. And actually,
Just
is
wait
Demon Souls? Is Demon Souls on PS5? Demon Souls remastered?
The remake is on PS5. Not the
Is it Demon Souls remake though, or is it like what's it called?
Wait.
Though I did hear that newer version of Demon Souls, like it's much easier to take down the bosses.
Let me see if I can see the box from here. I can see half of it. Hang on.
Oh, thanks for the raid, Dev.
Yeah, we're just going through super chats right now.
Yeah, we're getting toward the end of the show, but also I wasn't looking at the screen for a moment because I'm playing Silksong.
It just says Demon Souls. It just says Demon Souls on it.
Oh, okay. So there you go. They were ambiguous.
Yeah. God, there's not even a manual in these copies anymore. It's so gay. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I miss the good old days.
Metal, did you miss my raid? I said hello. How about you fucking listen to the words I'm saying?
I thanked him for the raid while you were gone.
I won't stand for these lies, though. Maybe you need to click my link quicker or something. Fuck.
Yeah, Slumpy's actually hit the nail on the head there. I think I miss like the lore being in the manuals or like the books that came with video games more so than the instructions. Because like instructions is like, especially with in-game tutorials, you don't really need like the actual like here's what each button does. But I miss when there was like, you know, like things that you could read about the game's world and stuff in there and art and all sorts of neat things.
You can actually look at the HD manual on in the remake. It's in the extras, and it actually has like the timeline I mentioned last time is actually in there as well, and the comic that I mentioned also. So yeah.
Oh, there you go. I missed some stuff. Though I did find that the things in the secret theater that I meant to go watch prior to this one, a bunch of them are locked. Apparently you have to like do things to unlock the secret theater videos. I thought it was just like, oh, I got to the end of the game. I probably can just watch them all.
I have one of them. Only one of them.
Same here.
I don't know how you unlock them, but in that one, fucking professor guy just shoots a laser out of his hand into the helicopter and kills all the bosses.
The Kamehameha wave.
And it's really funny because they all do their like death scream where it's like end, pain, fear. It's like all together jumbled mess. It's so funny.
That is pretty funny.
There is another one called Granin Rising. Like Granin like takes the place of Volgan and just beats the shit out of Sokolov with his electricity, and he uses that electricity later on to control the Shagohod in place of Volgan.
Oh, well, there you go. Granin's revenge.
That's
Granin Rising, Revengeance.
That's pretty.
But yeah, like just getting the films for that one for the secret theater, you have to hold up like certain soldiers that are carrying like film reels, because if you knock them out, you lose that film reel. So you gotta make sure that the one you're holding up has a film reel, and they'll shake it off and you get it. And there was like a part in one, I did go through like the advanced access through Delta, like before it officially came out. Like I didn't realize like until I did like another playthrough that when you hold someone up and they shake off the film reel, they just float away. I didn't realize up until now that, oh, I already got that film reel, so there's no point in doing that. It's like, they could have conveyed that better.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was at that part for what seemed like an hour, and I'm like, why didn't I? I wish I could have known that earlier. Like, I already got the film reel. Like, they really should have just, hey, they really should have just coded that better, like to convey that, hey, you already got this, no need to do it anymore.
That's too hard. I don't
I
want to
mean,
do that.
yeah. Sometimes it do be like that though.
Yeah.
Very good. What was super chat from good old not Kevin Feige to Rimram Dollars or whatever those are. I'm a pay best babe, Eva or Boss.
I gotta go with
Eva.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we're ever gonna make a Metal Gear Solid 3 live action movie, we probably got to do it within the next decade or so, because Kate Blanchett will eventually age out of the role.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah. I mean, Boss is not bad either, though.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm not.
They still gotta let us know about that Metal Gear Solid adaptation. Like Jordan Vogt-Roberts is still on board with it, pretty much.
Yeah, I was half kidding, although I do think Kate Blanchett would be pretty much perfect casting for the Boss.
Yeah.
Fucking tab crashed. Go away. The Boss just has that totally normal C-section scar. Yeah, that was a.
Yeah, God.
They got that baby
Soviet
out.
C-section. If I
got that
remember,
baby
like
out.
I guess it wouldn't have been. It would have been on the beaches of Normandy C-section.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the snake like C-section.
That slivers away at the end.
That's how you were birthed, Ocelot.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I don't like that at all.
It's like, look, Sorrow cut you out of me with a bayonet on the battlefield, okay?
Yep.
And that was the last one, I think. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the support, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
With that, we are donezo.
Hooray.
But as always, that's you.
Jinfinitas.
Tell people what's up. What's going on? Where can they find you? All that good stuff.
Oh yeah, I have a link tree. Like I have a bunch of other profiles like on Twitter. I have my own YouTube channel dedicated to analysis, ship posting, and whatever I just feel like. And I am going to have like a voice acting channel somewhere down the road. And don't worry, I won't be like Young or Pro CD. Y'all can calm down about that.
Like a Dragon 9, starring Jinfinitas as Kiryu.
Yeah. Yep.
And Majima and Ichiban.
Yeah, and I also have it backlogged for games and a letterbox for films. And I also have a Rumble. Yeah, I dedicate my live streams to Rumble. As far as Twitch goes,
Cool.
yeah, that's I don't know. A big maybe, because Twitch right now are fucking tools.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like just for now, my streams are going to be on Rumble, and whenever I feel like it's going to be like at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time.
Well, there you
So
go.
yeah, that's it. I'm currently just writing the Metal Gear Solid 2 analysis, like really just playing the games again, and watching last week's Forge. Like it's really rejuvenated my creative spark. Like it really washed away the boredom and the burnout that I was having before. So yeah, I am on it. I'm full on writing the script for my MGS2 analysis. I cannot wait to get it done out there and just share with you all, especially with what we're going through right now as far as censorship and AI control goes. And just the government just pushing, like every government pushing for all that now more than ever. Ridiculous. But yeah, I'll definitely say that MGS2 It's not an instruction manual. It's a warning.
Tell that to Palantir.
Yeah.
If you want to get really depressed, Google Palantir. It's fucked.
Oh boy.
Right.
Well, there you have it. Mark, you got anything going on planned?
I mean, I think right now I'm mostly just studying for the Silksong Forge that doesn't really have a date. But yeah, no, I guess other than that, though, no, I'm just looking to keep pushing forward on finishing my Onimusha script at some point, and I guess making the decision on whether or not I'm going to put it out before Way of the Sword comes out with all the games prior to, like, you know, any modern time at all, like the 20 years ago Onimusha games, or wait for Way of the Sword and just make it a complete thing. But yeah,
Nice.
so, and then again, just point people towards my Berserk video for like the 50th time. Though I noticed a couple of you even left new comments and stuff, so you guys are helping me out there, and I appreciate it.
Woo! Very nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to more of your stuff there, Mark.
Silent Hill, but I was skeptical. I didn't say I was going to do a Silent Hill video officially. I just said that I've now played through all of the Silent Hill games except for the Memories one. Shattered Memories and Book of Memories are the only ones I haven't gotten around to yet. So I'm just saying I could probably make one at some point, but ideally I want to finish Onimusha first, just so I'm not half finishing like 10 projects and then completing 0.
Nice, nice. Well, good stuff. Well, the YouTube links are all down below. If you guys have any other links, just throw them in the Discord and I'll add them as well. Well, as for me, next week you'll just be getting streams, pretty much. Doing more Silksong tomorrow. We're doing another round of Peak on Wednesday with Kree and the other lads, so that should be fun. And probably another Silksong stream on Thursday, probably. Yeah, and then of course a Forge on something we haven't decided on yet, but that's also happening. But yeah, streams, and then hopefully next week. Not hopefully. Next week it's back to the editing minds. I just completely overbooked myself the coming week because I'm retarded. And I didn't pay attention.
Thanks, Team Cherry.
Yeah, thanks, Team Cherry.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. With your amazing video game. I hate you.
Game of the Year contender.
Yeah, fucking piece of... but yeah, that's what's happening for me. And there you have it. With that said, thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for joining. And we shall be back next time. Sunday probably.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
I'll say something. People miss you.
Yay.
There she is.
Aw.
Okay, bye.